everybody! Welcome back to Academy Futurae. I'm John again. Jesse is here,
Hello.
as well as everybody is.
Hi.
Quick announcement. This is actually the first time that I'm running this campaign in a new house. I moved out and I live with my boyfriend. I am free.
Woo.
So the first thing I will say.
Censor.
Well, no, that's not a swear word, so whatever, we're fine. Also,
Okay, fine.
Censor.
What do you want? Why are you trying to get this kicked off of the thing?
We still have 15
All
seconds.
right.
I can
Yeah, it's
bleep it
15
out.
Seconds.
well, I mean, just make sure you don't use the stock bleep though, because YouTube recognizes
Censor.
it, and they're like,
Censor.
no.
But yeah, that's what YouTube is like every time they hear someone curse in the first minute of the video.
Just make it a puppy bark. Alright, anyways.
Yeah, that sounds good actually.
Or just make it like a sped up clip of someone saying YouTube, because why not? Anywho, go on.
Well, when we last left off, yesterday morning, you guys, for the first time in like a week or so, had a normal school day, except for Eloy, which had to go the whole day with a muzzle on him after what happened the day before, where he almost bit one of the house leaders, Emil. Eventually, you had class, and your good old gnome professor, Ellis, finally told you what's going to be happening at the end of the month. A capture the flag style game between all of the houses. He doesn't have all the details yet, but suffice to say, lethal force will be encouraged, but no one will actually be in danger of dying, and he really, really wants to win.
For some reason.
Afterwards, all of you had your various tutoring sessions, which, if any of you forgot what your bonuses are, please let us know and we'll remember it for you. But suffice to say, you guys did your tutoring, and later that night, all of you did various things, but mainly, Kritis finally got to give Sore her gift, a wrench with a flower engraving on it, and Petals got to have a nice chat with Nimbus on top of the rooftop. And suffice to say, she's not enjoying her house's Professor Geertrude at the moment. Additionally, right before all this, Hamid actually came up to you guys and basically forced a mission on you, to which Traylon ended up creating a stink bomb for use to be used later. The mission that he forced on you involved Sore, and it involved going to Danvers Town, which is the settlement for all of the tainted from Radiara living at. And so the next day you did, and you eventually found Sore coming in with, well, a bucket head armor suit that she made on her own. She is Iron Woman. Yes.
Yes.
And so eventually you guys reached Danvers Town, and you found out from a pink-haired air genasi named Father Uriah about what they're here for. They have been constructing what is known as the Spire of the Morning, which is a mandatory structure for the Church of Lathander to basically emit an anti-undead field. But for some reason, creatures that are not undead have been trying to take it down, and you guys were successfully able to identify them as Sahagins that were the things that you fought on the boat trip to Hermit Ward last mission. They told you that they think their base is a couple of miles down the shore in a cave, and that's where we left off, you going. So we were supposed to end with a D100, but I had one of you go ahead and roll the D100 ahead of time, so we're gonna start off with that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We got 59 on that.
as all 5 of you, 4 of you including Sori, of course, are, trekking down, I want everybody to roll a perception for me.
My number
Simple
one
enough.
stat. It's my favorite stat. Not at all resentful. At my steady +1.
That's a
Oh.
20.
Or
Oh
so
no.
while I'm rolling for Sore, a cool thing happened when I first got here. Apparently, my boyfriend ended up getting a D&D starter pack as part of like a loot crate, a loot crate like random item.
Yeah.
And he ended up getting the D&D starter set, which means I have way more dice to work with now.
Oh,
Nice.
kill.
Okay.
Now we're gonna be able to not see more of the dice you're rolling.
shiny rock.
Yeah.
Shiny
Alright.
math rocks.
13, 24, 17, trailing not so hot on that. And
I'm short. I can't
Sori
see down the
rolled-
rail.
Yeah, and Sori rolled an 11 because she actually has minus wisdom.
Oh.
Yeah, checks out.
Alright, so
Alright.
let's see here. That is Nimbus and Eloy see this, which makes
That's
sense
about-
because they're the tall ones.
I was about to ask how could that be with Sora, but it's like, no, yeah, that does check out.
So, you are basically following the forest system going alongside the beach. Like the trees just, how like a beach, there's sand in there and then grass starts to show and then the trees in the background form. You're around that point. And in the case of Nimbus and Eloy, you actually see shades of red for a second. Humanoid shades of red.
Huh? What, like it's the color red is filling our vision, or we see something that is red out of the corner of our eyes?
Red out of the corner of your eyes.
Okay.
And whatever it is humanoid, apparently.
Do you investigate?
Yes. Because it's probably one of the Sahagin that's been causing people trouble. Sahagin can be red, right?
Well, the ones that you remember were like bluish green.
Okay. I will go investigate then.
Alright. Do you stealth?
Sure.
Alright, go ahead and roll then.
You know, it's a good thing I went to backseat.
Advantage on stealth, passively.
Yeah.
I thought it was a flat plus, but I'll take advantage.
Alright.
So that's a 10 for the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and the second one is an 11.
Oh,
Alright.
man.
Okay, so thankfully, because you had advantage, you managed to pass this. You basically, without even meaning it, you definitely sort of like hide behind trees just out of instinct. You are far removed from your feral ancestors, but you do know how to hide. And when you do, the humanoid figures become more detailed, and you realize these are hobgoblins.
Oh.
You see about 5 of them, sort of setting up camp. And you can tell from their vestments, you think they might be from Danverstown.
Interesting. Well, I would like to go back and share this information with the party before I make any moves.
Go, if you're gonna do that, go ahead and roll me a quick perception.
Oh boy, okay. 22.
All right, almost a nat 20. Okay, you definitely see this. As they're setting up camp, you hear them talking. And it's strange. They seem to be talking as if it was a few days ago. Like, they're talking about how they got a mission to check out the cave that you're going to. But they keep talking about how famished they suddenly are, even though it's only been about an hour of walking. And sure enough, you take a closer look and you notice that a few of them seemed a tiny bit malnourished. But yet, their demeanor does not suggest that they're just downright starving.
Okay. Well, I'll go back and I'll share this information.
All right, so Nimbus, you arrive back at the party.
Okay. Hey guys, I think I'll share with them what I know. I've seen those people's trying to make a camp around here. They seem a little malnourished, and it looks like they came straight from Danvers Town. What do you think about this?
I mean, the father didn't say anything about hiring anybody else, right?
This is true.
You do remember that they had sent several scouting parties out to investigate the cave system, but none of them ever really came back.
That's distressing.
Interdasting. I mean, Curtis is just like, well, if they're hungry, I got that one spell. Good berries.
That is true, but I'm still not sure engaging with them is the best idea.
And he just kind of tilts his head. His ears just kind of flop a little bit, just like.
How many were there?
Did you say? I don't
Yes,
remember.
I said there were 5 of them.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm kind of off today. I apologize.
Did it look like there were more of them hiding somewhere else?
Not with what I've seen. And I was checking out the place pretty thoroughly before I came back.
Alright.
Eloy's gonna start making his way over there.
Well, there
So
he goes.
I'm assuming you're not stealthing.
Eloy can stealth, but I'll give it a try. Why not? He doesn't really
Alright.
care if he gets caught, but...
Alright, go ahead and roll stealth then.
Let me see, what the hell's my stealth? Do I even have stealth?
I mean, if you have
Okay,
dexterity,
you
you
can
have
roll
stealth.
Oh, I
anything.
have a +4.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can roll any
fancy
roll.
that.
It's just some you have proficiency, some you don't.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna roll bad anyways, but here we go. 15.
Alright, 15.
It's not bad.
So,
Traylon would like to follow, but at the first chance he gets, he's going to go into a tree.
Cool.
alright, I'll say you roll stealth as well then, Traylon.
Stealth, stealth, stealth. That's a healthy +4. Come on.
Alright.
13.
Alright, so you guys watch as Eloy, who isn't far removed from his feral ancestors, also seem to stealth rather well. See, he's a hunter-gatherer, so he's actually surprisingly much more practiced than Nimbus is when it comes to this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's funny, he's so nonchalant about this because he just does this all the time back home anyway. So, once again, you go back to the camp, and sure enough, they're still just setting up, and everything seems like really casual with them. They they seem to be just having a grand old time, having conversations with each other, shooting the shit, all that stuff. And they haven't noticed anything, but with that 13, they do hear a tiny bit of a leaf rustle, and they sort of
Oh, no.
They're carrying, if they're heavily guarded with weapons.
John, could you
yeah.
repeat that? My connection kind of dipped for a moment.
Which part?
You got to the point where they heard a leaf bristling.
Yeah, and they blink for a second, but then they just shrug it off.
Oh, okay. Continue.
But yeah, to answer Eloy, you actually don't need a roll for this. They seem as armed as like a team of scouts would be armed. So like, everybody has a bow and arrow on them. You know, just basic equipment, the bare necessities, since they're supposed to be trekking quite a distance and then back.
Does Eloy know where Traylon is?
I'm gonna say yes.
He's going to turn to Trallon, and once Trallon's looking at him, he's gonna put a finger up to his muzzle, as in like quiet, as he starts circling around to show himself not where the party is, so they think he's alone, to see how they'll react.
And Traylon knocks an arrow just in case.
Also, how far into the forest are we? Like, how far away from the town? How long did it take for this to happen after we set out?
I'm going to say, since Father Uriah said that that the cave would have been like a few miles down the coast, about like 2 or 3, you're about 1.25 miles the way there.
Okay.
So you're like halfway there.
So we've been traveling for, at the very least, like maybe 45 minutes?
Something like that, yes. So anyway, Eloy, you go ahead and reveal yourself.
He's gonna do it looking innocently, considering he has a muzzle on, so he looks non-threateningly, even if his stature's large.
All right.
He puts on his puppy dog eyes.
Ears flat back, the whole 9 yards.
Oh my god.
Okay. I'm going to say, before I get to that, everybody, you watch as Eloy, shockingly enough, looks adorable.
Ah.
And
you're wondering where the hell this come from, but clearly there is more to Eloy than meets the eye. But sure enough, you reveal yourself, and all the hobgoblins sort of like jump for a second, but then they notice that on your vestments you have the symbol of the academy on them, and even though they're like, I wouldn't say weirded out, but like put off that such an exotic race is near them, and considering that they're, you know, probably from Danvers Town, which might mean that they're members of the Tainted and whatnot, they've seen a lot of exotic races.
Kind of like pot
And
calling
one
the kettle
speaks up
black
and
and all that.
goes, and so eventually one speaks up and goes, "Oh, well, hello there. Are you lost?"
Eloy's gonna not feel threatened, so he's going to make one of those whoop sounds to Trallon in hopes that he understands that like coast is clear, no need to worry, like everything appears to be safe.
I would like to roll an insight on the hobgoblins first before making that call.
Sure. 8.
Ow.
Yikes.
You don't know.
Well, with a natural 1,
Oh.
they seem perfectly friendly enough. They recognize that Eloy's from the Academy, so they know full well that the Academy is to be trusted.
That's not a nat 1.
No,
First-
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh shit, sorry. I thought
Yeah.
But yeah, after that reading, Tron's gonna go, all right. Puts his arrow unknocks his arrow, puts it back, and jumps down from the tree and says, "So, I take it that you lot were one of the scouts sent out here."
Yeah. We just left town actually.
And what day is it, by the way, by chance?
He just sort of looks at you like weird and goes, it's Tuesday, little guy. Did you forget?
Is it Tuesday, John?
It is Friday.
It is not.
Uh-huh. I would like to roll Arcana to see if these guys are under the effect of a certain spell.
Go ahead.
This is technically not a really charm effect or anything, so I don't really, I don't get my double proficiency, but still a +5.
All right.
Fuck! Come
Right,
on!
9. Obviously, your suspicions are whatever you want them to be, but as for you trying to think about this from an arcane point of view, they just seem to genuinely not know.
Would I be able to see if Eloy senses something off about them?
Go ahead and roll an insight.
Inside is 1. It's a 10.
Still did better than me.
It is definitely weird that they don't seem to know what day it is, but as far as you can tell, they just genuinely do not know.
Huh. It's real strange. Could have sworn it was Friday.
One just sort of like snickers and goes, Yeah, I know how tough it is to lose track of time, but
Yeah.
trust us on this. We're professionals.
Of course. Yeah.
But enough about us. What are you doing here?
Oh, well, you see, we were hired by Danvertown, actually. It's been... They told us it's been a couple of days since they had word back from any of the scouts, and they decided to go to the academy for help.
Oh, they got the academy for help on this? Huh. We didn't hear anything about this.
Hey,
We've been trying to do it on Danverstown has been trying to do it on their own for a while. We would never ask the academy for help unless we really had to, so...
I thought it was a little strange. They did say it's been about a week since they've sent out the last scouts. I don't know. They must have forgotten. Anyway, Trellan's gonna
It would have
whistle.
been about, like... Yeah, about a week, yeah.
Yeah, Trellan's gonna whistle for Crudez and Nimbus to join.
Alright, so...
Just for the lulz, I want to have like Crudez roll stealth to just like see if he just like managed to sneak up on everyone anyway, like
Please.
before the whistle even happens.
Ditto,
Sure.
actually.
12. Alright, so Nimbus, like a normal person,
Wait,
just
I want to
ends
do
up
it too.
like... Oh, you want to try it too? Okay.
Yes, please.
Alright.
Let the cat do his roll.
Alright.
Okay, good thing I
So-
have advantage.
So,
Yes.
Crudez tries his best to sneak up behind everybody.
Oh,
And right,
advantage,
stealth.
give him
Okay.
a nat 20.
Okay. Aha, advantage, right.
Shit. He
So-
just turns around trying to whistle.
So
It's-
sure
oh,
enough, Eloy, you watch as the whole time that you're talking to these people, Nimbus is behind them, like slowly creeping up to them. It's like one of those videos where it's like someone looks away and then a cat creeps closer. And he seems to be doing this rather effortlessly. And then all of a sudden, just a bunch of leaves rustling as right behind him is Crudez trying to imitate him.
Well, he rolled a 12, not a 5.
Nimbus just stands up behind them and waits for them to notice that he's there, and then as soon as he makes the noise, he's like, "Sir?"
Eloy's just gonna
Sure
slap
enough, one
himself
turns
very
around
hard
and
on
is
the
like,
face.
"Ah!"
Sorry, what was that, Tush?
When Eloy sees Kudas trying to sneak, he's gonna slap his face so hard.
So yeah, sure enough, one turns his head and is like, ah, ah, what are you doing trying to scare?
he do that sometimes. Don't worry about it.
My apologies.
Roll a insight real quick, Crudes.
All right.
Okey pokey.
Oh yeah, that's the same as my perception. 20.
Soft
Soft
20.
20.
Okay. So, as soon as everybody gets their, collects themselves after being, scared again, they all sort of, like, take a look at you for a second and just snicker a little bit.
What? He just kind of like he knows they're looking, but he just shrugs like, what?
Oh, yeah. While we're here, let me just, okay. That is... Oh, wow. She actually has proficiency in this. So with a 25, despite, so normally when you were like traveling with Sore, the whole time you were just hearing clunk, clunk, clunk,
Oh
clunk.
right, yeah.
But as everybody was like sneaking up on on them, something in her suit activated and it cushioned the sound of her footsteps.
Would have liked to have known about that before.
I mean, I didn't think we were gonna do something like this. This wasn't in the mission.
That's fair. Also, that comment was also very much out of character, but I'm rolling with it.
Also, they give the same reaction they gave to you, to Sore.
What?
And with that insight, I did have you roll insight, right?
Yeah, 20.
They definitely seem to be snickering at you for a reason. And it becomes more apparent when one is like talking to you, basically being like, are you with these guys? And it's very much like in a patronizing, demeaning manner.
Ah, hobgoblins. Right.
Yeah.
Hobgoblins.
Does Eloy catches or no?
You can roll an insight if you want. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
doesn't?
do it.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well,
So
What was my
Traylon
insight again?
recognizes it.
Suck. 12.
Oh.
I get it now. Oh my.
What?
The song, the fact that these guys think that it's still Tuesday. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
It took me way too long, but I understand now.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you all can relatively pick up on this. They're not like looking down on him, but they do have that impulse to like sort of like mess around a tiny bit with the goblin. But in their case, it's more so like probably treating them as if they were like a child.
Yeah.
So
treating
patronizing.
Crudas like a kid, got it.
And sorry as well.
Oh yeah.
I would be more cautious about who you're talking to. The village sent us to, and just because he's small doesn't mean he can't fuck your shit up.
Whoa.
We're just playing around. I mean, the more the merrier, right?
True enough.
The whole time you see, like, Sore actually has a hand on her wrench the whole time.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll try to console her. It's okay. I got you. I'm gonna make a persuasion check, by the way, just to try and calm her down and assure her that things are under control.
All right, go ahead.
Finally, I get to use
Also,
this check.
also just a side note, but like, I find it kind of funny that like, oh shit, nat 20.
Natural
I
20.
find that kind of
Sure,
funny
sure
too.
enough, you sort of like pat her on the head, and she does take her hand away from the wrench.
I'll stay close to her just so she feels a little bit safer while we're having these discussions.
Yeah. And like, just a side note, like I was gonna get to before, I find it kind of funny how like these hobgoblins are just like, out of the two goblins in our group, that happen to see the one that's like the absolute most overdressed and the absolutely most underdressed.
I
Just
mean,
stark
Ella
contrast.
has the same amount of clothes.
I mean, yeah, but it's just these guys are more liable to like take little jabs at like Crudes and Sore because, well, goblins, and just the fact that they've got stark contrast in their wardrobe here is kind of like a little more fuel for the fire in a sense.
They know that people from the academy come from everywhere, so
Oh yeah, I know.
even if some of you are barely clothed and some of you are overclothed, it comes with it.
Wait, who's overclothed in this scenario?
Well, I don't know what came over us, but like we're kind of starving. You wanna share on our lunch break?
Oh hey, I got a thing for that. As Crudes just fishes out a sprig of mistletoe from, I think I have a component pouch, but regardless. Oh yeah, no, my druidic focus. So I'll just say that's literally a sprig of mistletoe and call it a day. And Crudes casts Goodberry.
All right, so everyone watches as you conjure up about like a whole like vine of berries, and you go ahead and pick them off and hand them off to the hobgoblins. And at first they're just like, "What is this?" And then they just sort of like shrug and take a bite, and you see everyone notices that they're malnourished, but you notice that their skin sort of like gets a bit brighter because they actually have something in their bodies, and they're like, this is actually kind of good. You got more. Well, actually, hey, don't really feel as hungry anymore.
Eloy's gonna see the berries and he's gonna like just instantly get annoyed as he scrunches up his nose and he just starts daydreaming about meat.
Crudes just kind of looks up at Aloy, not even really noticing like intent behind what he's doing, but is just like, "You want one, big guy?"
He's
Just
gonna scoff at it and turn
Yeah.
away. Like, no.
I'll slip Eloy some of my jerky from my rations.
Yeah.
There should be enough good berries for everybody, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to feed Eloy that.
Yep, I'll do it.
Yeah, he still has his muzzle on, so
He has hands.
he has hands, but he also has a cage around his mouth.
Well, yeah, but it's small enough for some things to fit through. So, like a thin slice of jerky.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah, he can grab it and shove it through there.
All right.
As he tries to shove a square peg through a round hole.
Oh god.
He's gonna listen. He'll crush that thing through it. Okay.
he will crush
I mean-
the square peg into the circle hole.
Yeah. Or better yet, he'll turn the square peg into like a cylindrical peg, so it can just be turned.
Oh, actually, so after he gets that jerky, Eloy's gonna stand to the side and while everybody else is doing their thing, he's gonna attempt to try and break off the cage.
Right now. I mean,
So
okay.
you're gonna use the jerky as like a lockpick?
No, he's going to eat the jerky and then he's gonna get aggravated by the muzzle and attempt to break it.
All right.
To rip it off.
Go ahead and roll a I'm gonna say roll a strength check with disadvantage.
Why is it disadvantage?
Because that thing is magically reinforced.
Oh yeah, that's right, magic. He doesn't know
Okay.
that, so.
Also, is the person that's still following him and making sure that thing is supposed to stay on still following us?
Roll a
Doubt it.
perception.
Means
Mainly
Chris.
Nimbus. But you can if you want.
But Nimbus doesn't know that someone's following him.
Like,
True.
I mean,
It's up to you.
unless she's stealthing.
Ha!
Oh, that's
20
21.
and then 21.
Alright, so you tug at that's disadvantage, so yeah.
Yeah.
Almost the net 20. So you go ahead and like you get pissed and you just put your fingers in between the holes and just try to like tug down, and you're really straining yourself, and then you notice like the bars sort of like glow a faint blue color, and sure enough they are solid. It is really hard, if not impossible, to get this thing off.
Well, he'll still keep trying, so everybody can continue while he's distracted over there.
I'm gonna say you guys spend about 30 or so minutes having this lunch break, you know, talking with these guys, and they don't really say anything that you guys don't already know about the mission, about how people have investigated this cave and then never returned. And then eventually like, all right, well, why don't we just go together?
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds decent.
And as you guys are setting up to leave, they're leaving in the opposite direction.
Oh.
No, don't go that way.
Wait.
They're
Yeah,
still
yeah,
going.
guys, we just came
Okay.
from that way.
I'm gonna grab them.
Wait, why can't they go that way?
Well, we just came from.
They're going. Yeah.
They're
we
going
just
back.
came from that way.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
for
why-
some reason the hobgoblins are going in the opposite direction.
Are they on a mission for something?
They're on the same mission we're on.
Yeah, but
like,
for some
they
reason
said-
they're going the opposite direction.
Yeah, like they said, let's go together, but they're going the
Ah.
opposite direction that we just went in.
Interesting.
Okay, so you try to grab them, and they're still going.
What?
And then they take a sharp turn to the left into more of the forest.
Can I make an insight check? Because that seems like fairly hypnotic behavior.
Go ahead and, I'm gonna say roll an insight, yeah.
I'm not hypnotic, hypnotized, but that's a 17 either way.
As well as I. 15.
Alright, 17, 15...
And
Okay, I'm gonna say Nimbus with that 17. As they're like walking away from the party, you hear them like talking again, and what they're talking about is the exact same thing that they were talking about right as you first encountered their group the first time. The only thing that's different is that they're not complaining about how they're hungry.
Traylon is going to run up ahead of them. Are they aware of us at this point? Have they just stopped?
They walk past you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead of that where they're walking. I'm gonna throw out some caltrops.
Oh God.
Alright, so you go ahead and do that, and sure enough, when one walks over a cantrip, they're like, ow! Ah! What the heck? And, you know, they examine their foot, they're still not noticing any of you guys.
Yeah, Traylon's just like, oh, hey, wake up! Hey, pay attention to me.
Can I try to lift them up and see how they react?
While y'all are
Like-
doing that, go ahead though.
Well, is that am I allowed to roll that, Mr.
Roll
DM,
what?
sir? I want to roll in athletics to pick them up, like actively take them off of the ground. and see how they react to that?
I'll say for time purposes, no.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna real quick here roll like a nature check actually, because like my Arcana is shit. So I think maybe Crudes's next thing would be like to think, hey, maybe there's something like nature-y
15.
at work here.
Based on what you've seen, like here, this is definitely not something natural. Like, you can't imagine like there's some kind of something in the air or a plant that they've maybe encountered or anything that could have them act this strange.
Ella's gonna pay more attention to where they have to go than these guys, because they have been here for possibly a while now.
They are pretty much just going straight into the forest.
No, but I mean
And
they've been here for a while, right?
About 3 days, yes.
So I think Ella's gonna pay less attention to them and more to where they're supposed to be going, because they might have gone to that direction, and whatever was there made them the way they are now.
Well, you understand that they were going to the cave like you guys were. As
3
to
days ago.
whether they got there or not, you don't know.
Yeah, but that was 3 days ago, so
Yes.
they couldn't have been just sitting around here for 3 days.
As far as you know, that would make sense.
Whatever's gonna
Ella's
hold them
gonna-
these. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
No, you go.
actually, I just had a thought. I hate to be burning through spells like so quickly, but y'all mind if I cast Detect Magic real quick?
Yes, please.
Sure.
All right. So Crudes goes ahead and does that. He's just like, all right, something's kind of screwy here.
The minute you cast Detect Magic, you notice that I'm gonna say like your vision for Detect Magic is almost like an infrared sensor where you like sense heat signatures.
Yeah.
Where their heads are at, there's like a faint green glow.
See.
And then they're gone. The direction they're going, at least, seems to be sort of in the direction of Danvers Town.
Well, this definitely doesn't seem right.
Yeah. Yeah, I think at that point, Crudes is just gonna kind of let them know, just like about like the green aura he saw on their heads.
What school of magic was that? Because detect magic lets you see what type of school it is.
Oh yeah,
I'm
and you learn.
going to say it's enchantment, but at the same time, you don't think that this was casted from a person.
Oh boy.
So eventually, as they leave, you guys continue down the rest of the mile, and sure enough, you find what looks like the cave that you were described. It is an opening near the beachside cliffs. You may now switch, Jesse.
Sorry.
Gray
Oh.
left and came
Okay.
back.
Okay, now I can actually look at my notes. When you go in, it actually gets dark rather fast, but you don't really need to pull out any sort of light source because there's a lot of glowing algae and plant life on the walls.
We're in Sastasha, aren't we?
Not to mention, we've already, all of us have dark vision, so.
Yes. None of you need dark vision, but you won't need to use it because there's a lot of natural light in this place.
We are in Sestasha. Just.
What is this Stasha you were talking about? This is just a game. I do not know where you get these crazy. I do not know where you get these crazy ideas of yours,
Before
Cordes.
I pull everybody back into character, you can thank Jesse for this idea. So,
I mean, yeah.
Sure enough, everything's lit just fine. And you progress on. There doesn't seem to be anything there. Go ahead and roll a perception for me, everybody.
I was actually just about to, but not for the reason you think.
Perception.
Alright, 17,
Natural
20 for
20.
Traylon, 14, and a 5.
Finally.
So everybody but Eloy hears this. You hear like a strange wobbling sound. Like
Eloy's still trying to take his muzzle off.
You see a faint white light in the distance. And then it gets a little closer.
I'd like to stealth if I can.
Go ahead and roll stealth.
12.
12, okay.
So, like, has it been 10 minutes since I... Probably not.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been more than 10 minutes, okay. Let's see. Oh, fuck, I didn't mean to close that.
Yeah, Drylin is just hiding behind a rock, but his bald head can still be seen over it.
Anybody else want to stealth?
Sure. Better than, like, staying out here and potentially having something happen.
Alright, 17 for Crudez. And is Eloy going to attempt to stealth?
Eloy got a 13.
13, okay. So who's left? That would be Nimbus. Do you want to stealth?
Yes.
Alright, so sure enough, as everybody attempts to stealth, the light gets closer and closer, and you see a strange jellyfish-like creature?
Oh my god, it's a flump.
And it's sort of like wandering down the hall aimlessly. Like, it doesn't really have any eyes on it, and it's just wandering down the hall. And sure enough, the sound's coming from, so it's like...
Eloy's
as it
gonna
sort of
start growling.
like past you guys. But with that 6 to Nimbus, as you guys like get out of your like stealth to, continue on, I'm gonna say Nimbus like accidentally kicks a pebble, and then the thing turns around.
What?
And then you hear again, and then it like moves towards you, Nimbus.
But I got a 21.
You got a 6.
All right, advantage.
I have it. Yeah, you told me to have advantage with stuff.
All right, then I'm
Wait,
gonna
he always
say
has advantage?
proxy. So
Okay.
yes.
It's a cat
Actually,
thing.
Chris, out of character, what kind of armor are you wearing?
With Thrall armor. I got
Mithril armor.
I got magic armor that doesn't give me any disadvantage on stealth.
Okay. All right. So then, yeah, that is a 21 then. So instead, I'm gonna say Traylon ends up kicking a pebble as they're about to leave, and then you hear that automaton like thing go, whoa, 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 and it approaches Traylon with a tentacle sort of sticking out. Make a con save real quick, Traylon.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
He's gonna
Constitution.
take out his weapon.
That's a +4.
No, I wish it had been me.
Oh.
All right, 23. So it touches you with its tentacle, and for a second you feel like a bit of a shock. It's not painful. In fact, it doesn't hurt at all. But for a brief moment, it sort of like makes your muscles like size up for a split second.
Ah, shut, motherfucker. So I'm to be sure, I'm not affected by this, correct?
You are not affected, nor have you even taken any damage.
Good.
Nice.
Good. Traylon's gonna take out his crossbow.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
And says, "Bad touch," and fire off a crossbow at point blank.
Roll to hit.
I do not consent.
I love that. Bad touch.
Get the fuck out of here.
I had the right to say no.
No means no, you daft bastard.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
Yeah, daft. Yeah.
Respect my personal space, you daft cunt.
That's max
All right,
damage.
12. Max damage. Well done. So, sure enough, it gives you a bad touch, and so you back up and pull out one of your many crossbows and fire it at point blank range. It's very light. So, the moment it gets pierced by the arrow, it flings backwards, and you hear woo, 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 as it sort of like spins in recoil, and it falls down to the ground.
What the bloody hell is this? Tried to probe me mind.
I mean,
Eloy's gonna try and take a swing at it.
It's dead.
Oh, well, never mind.
I'm just gonna roll a nature real quick.
And I will roll Arcana, but since this isn't like a construct or anything, I don't get my bonus.
Do you think this has anything to do with what made those men outside go crazy?
Wouldn't be surprised. So
Give me a
a
minute,
20 on my
25.
Arcana.
So that's a 16 for nature and a 20 for arcana.
All right, so I'm gonna say both of you notice this in different ways. Crudez, you're trying to look at this from a nature perspective, and Traylon, you're looking at this from an Arcana perspective, and both of you come to the same conclusion. You're not sure what the hell this is, but at the same time, you have a feeling that this was constructed. Which is strange because, Crudez, you're sensing there are some aspects about whatever the hell this is like, natural?
I'm a cyborg.
And in the case
I
of
was gonna say,
Traylon,
so it's a cyborg.
it's not mechanical,
More like bionic engineering.
in a sense.
I mean, like the
Like the
rats.
You mean like the rat?
Somewhat like the rats.
Oh, lovely.
In the case of Traylon, you don't sense anything, like, foreign about it. Like, you think this was a creature, but at the same time, you notice other parts of biomatter on it. It might have been maybe stitched together from other parts.
So, some freaky Frankenstein shite. Hmm.
Oh boy.
So yeah, it seems like this thing's some bio weapon of sorts. It's certainly not alive. It's certainly well, I mean, as alive as a jellyfish might be.
Do you think it might have been someone's familiar, or maybe a sort of golem? Also, I think I heard something. I'm gonna make a perception because
Me too, because you're starting to worry me over there.
All right. Regardless, there
Sure
might be more.
enough, you see two more of these glowing automatons sort of like wander out aimlessly.
Regardless, don't let them touch you. The thing touched me. I felt like something was going through me. I don't want to chance it. As
Motherfucker.
regardless, we'll have to keep going further in.
All right. I'm gonna say, everybody, if they're intending to like stealth past these things, go ahead and roll me some stealth checks.
15.
I wonder if there's a code to do this with advantage on this thing.
Oh, I will say this while everyone's rolling. Since next time will not be, since next time will be the regular 2-week wait, and, you know, I'm actually living in a different place, I can actually focus on potentially, like, moving this to roll 20
Nice.
to make this easier on everybody.
We can put our sheets there, and everybody can see the rolls.
Yeah. And most importantly, you won't have to worry about advantage rolling. And, Eloy, do you plan on stealthing too?
Oh no, he already took out his weapon.
Alright, so
Love it.
as everybody stealths, Eloy is just ready to tear these things up, and so because he's not stealthing, the two approach him, and once again, they stick out a tentacle to try and touch him. And because there's two of them, make 2 con saves. One after the other.
All right, as they are touching them, I'm going to fire at one of them.
Okay, I'm gonna say they get their thing in first, but you can roll your attack.
So Ellie sees him coming, he doesn't attack first?
For some reason, whenever they, like, see you, they go really fast when they're, like, trying to, like,
19
give
and
somebody a
20.
bad touch. Alright, so sure enough, both of them do, like, touch you, and sure enough, just like with Traylon, you feel like a surge of something that is like a huge muscle relaxant, but you're a big boy, and it will probably take more than 2 touches like that to, like, really paralyze you. As for Traylon,
I rolled
with
a
that
natural
attack, yeah, you rolled a natural 1, and sure enough, you take fire, and not only do you go wide, and the bolt actually clinks against the roof, and then falls into, like, the little water puddles below. And this ends up making a loud enough noise that about 3 more of these things show up.
How big is the cave we're in?
One
It's
at a time,
actually
please?
very spacious.
How spacious? Like, how tall is the ceiling?
Surprisingly enough, about like 30 or 40 feet.
Oh, okay. So enough that he could swing his axe.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Fuck about.
Shit. What's the attack roll?
It's
1d20 plus my strength
plus
and...
your proficiency.
1d20 plus strength and proficiency. Yep.
17.
17, you definitely hit. Lost my place there. Okay,
Yeah.
17 to
That's
hits.
a 15 damage.
That is max damage, and before, you kill one of them in just one hit.
Let's see here. Let's see. So about how far is the other one away from Crudez right now?
Well, those two are focused entirely on Eloy. And as for the three that Traylon just summoned, they seem to be coming directly towards him and nobody else.
Am I gonna be able to get a few pot shots off before they give me the bad touch?
You can, yeah.
Please.
I'll let you do that first.
Yeah. I want to wait for these things to get a little closer before I start like.
That
shooting
hits.
stuff,
Okay.
'cause I don't want to start clipping anybody.
10.
Just like before, you hit him with a bolt, and then woo, 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 and they fall out. And one of them falls over. So you got one on Eloy, and then two on Traylon at the moment.
Do I have to roll my con now?
First, now that you're, like, ready and prepared, this time they're actually gonna roll to hit.
Alright, my AC
Okay,
is...
does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
Alright, roll a con save.
Alright, con save is a +4.
Alright, that is a fail. So this time, as you like, you think you're sizing yourself up, you're ready for it, and then as you get touched, this time the feeling of your whole body seizing up gets stronger, and you can't move anything. You think you're paralyzed at first, and then all of a sudden your vision goes white, almost like you got flashbanged. You are stunned. But you have not taken any damage.
Interesting. Why can't it be a intelligence or charisma or wisdom, so like every other spell?
You know what? I'm finna say screw it, and so that one that just hit Trallon, I'm gonna cast Thorn Whip.
Alright, does that require a roll to hit?
Yeah, it is a melee spell attack.
Alright, go ahead and roll to hit.
D20 plus spell attack is what I use for the bonus, right?
Yes.
It's 1d20 plus 6. 8.
That barely hits.
Oh.
Wow, these guys... God, even my natural 1 would have hit.
Yeah, sadly.
Hmm.
Alright, roll damage.
That is 1d6.
I don't have any ranged attacks.
3.
These things are really squishy, so sure enough, this one just and falls down.
Yeah,
You get the feeling that if you just as so much as like scratch at these things, they'll down.
Yeah, so that's good to know at least.
They're stun balloons at best.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
think I'm gonna just, if it's, well, safe, quote unquote. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go over to where I saw Trail and just like hit the floor here, and I'm gonna roll a medicine.
The stun seems to be pretty brief. You get the feeling that at the end of what would have been a combat round, he would regain control of his body.
Mostly just like he was mostly doing that just to check and see if he was all right at this, because it's like
He seems fine, just stunned.
In that case, Krita's gonna stay with him. Just make sure that nothing else happens.
All right. One is still trying to get pokes in at Traylon because it seems to only focus on Traylon. And Eloy, of course, yes?
I was gonna say, why Traylon? I thought, like...
Who knows?
What? Also,
As-
you're not allowed to pull the who knows shit. That's Gray's thing. Second, I thought that...
Kill the jellyfish.
That's what I'm trying to get at! I thought there was, like, only one over by Traylon, because, like...
There's one left, yes.
Alright. And how many left with Aloy? I forget.
Just one.
Alright. Alright then. Up to pretty much Nim and Soray now, since we haven't really rolled initiative on anything
Yes,
yet.
Soray is actually going to try and help out here. And she's actually gonna whip out the wrench that you gave her.
Yeah!
And as she whips it out, you watch as the head of the wrench, which would have been like the head of it, morph itself, almost like Transformer style, into like a hammerhead.
Whoa.
And she's going to take its swing at one.
Artifacts
And
are cool.
despite the fact that it looked really cool, she barely hits.
Oof.
And, sure enough, I didn't even need to roll for that, but she did max damage. So, sure enough, the one that's trying to follow up on Traylon, you just see her just slam down on it, and it just crushes underneath her hammer on the ground.
Squish. Ew.
Good grief.
I really don't like those things.
Yeah, me neither. But nice shot though. Kruda's just kind of like, kind of just pumps his fist a little bit, sort of just like congratulate her.
All right, Eloy, go ahead and roll a last attack on that thing.
What about Nim? He hasn't done anything this whole time.
I don't
You want
think
to take
Nim
the
wants
last
to.
hit then?
Well,
I mean,
Nim-
it's not that I don't want to, I just don't know what I can do because I have to be within 5 feet of these things to do anything, and if I attempt to stealth up to it without taking attention, then it's an action.
I mean, that's okay. We don't have initiative, so I'll just hit it again.
Yeah, this wasn't supposed to go as long.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair then. Go for it.
Meanwhile, Traylon's on the ground like.
Well, I mean,
Frothing
at
at
least
the
he's not having
mouth.
a seizure. At least
No,
he's not
he was
having a
just
seizure.
stunned.
He's seeing stars.
All right, that hits. Almost a nat one.
Oof! Oh God.
All right, almost max damage. But yeah, sure enough, this one is easily sliced in two. You get the feeling that these are not exactly intended for combat.
They splat on the ground.
And then, sure enough, a few seconds later, Traylon, the vision in your eyes comes back. Kind of have to blink to get used to the fact that you're not seeing nothing but blinding white.
You okay, man?
No, not really. But I will be when I get those tentacles. And Traylon's going to start scavenging some of the jellyfish monsters. Gonna go for survival. Harvest the fuck out of these little bastards.
see if there's like any. Although wait, y'all confirmed earlier that like they're not necessarily made of metal, right?
Yeah, they seem to be purely organic and fleshy.
Must be some sort
And
of
while you're talking to yourselves about that, let me type something to Jesse.
yeah, there must be some sort of neurotoxin coating the tentacles. Fuck!
You know,
2 or a
Oh,
5.
perfect.
Come on.
Yeah, well, hopefully when we make the move to roll 20 at some point, it'll be like better rolls.
Yeah, Sidekick is kind of notorious for being a little repetitive with its rolls. Or RPG bot, rather.
Yeah.
RPG bot, you little bitch. It's better not be going on trend throughout the rest of the night.
Let's hope not.
Yeah.
It feels weird that this is nostalgic for me now.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can thank Jesse for this.
But yeah, Trellin wants to see if he can like get even one tentacle without, touching it and getting stunned.
I'm gonna say roll. I'm gonna say roll. Nature.
Well, it's not entirely bad for me. Still a +3.
Like,
20.
All right, soft 20.
Mind.
Sure enough, when you touch it for a second, you do feel your fingers get a little like numb for a split second, but you do manage to like get a grasp of it. And are you gonna like try and cut it out or rip it out? Like, what are you doing?
I'd say Traylon was probably going to use a precision cut. He doesn't want. He wants to make sure that this thing is intact later.
All right, so you're just cutting off one tentacle.
As many as he can, but I'm guessing with that 5 survival, I'm not going to get much.
Okay, yeah, sure enough, when you cut off one of the tentacles, it actually gushes out, like, glowing white liquid.
Ah, gross. No.
And when it's done with that, it kind of shrivels up into, like, almost like raisins.
Nasty.
What about the white resin?
You do manage to cut off the tentacle in one piece.
I'm just gonna.
Alright, so one deflated
Damn it.
tentacle.
Just gonna try to nature this shit. No dice.
I mean, we have at least 5 of these things lying around.
That's fair.
A thought occurs. What if these things are related to the omen that we got when the stone fell? They definitely don't seem like they're of this planet.
Well, I mean, the shite. I don't know. This doesn't exactly strike me as like mind meldy like it was when we all got the call. This feels more like a mad scientist at best.
Fair enough.
Do you progress?
We kind of have to, so let's go.
All right, so
Progressed.
sure enough, you guys, continue to progress on, and thankfully enough, you don't see any more of those things. Eventually, down this long cave-like hall, even though it seems spacious, there comes a point where the room, like the hallway, gets smaller, and you see a fork in the system.
Excuse me.
To the left is an immediate dead end, but you see it's strange. It's like a conch-shaped spire of some sort with a green orb in the middle of it. And that's all you can see standing from there. And to the right, it seems to continue down deeper into the cave.
Aloy's gonna cautiously approach the dead end one to see if there's a trap.
The one on the left.
The one that has a dead end.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I have a spell for this too, just in case, but we kind of just started this. It'd be a shame to start like wasting all my spells right now.
All right, 7.
If it is a trap, his danger sense will activate, giving him advantage.
So, Eloy, it's strange. You think there was a trap here at some point.
Oh.
And sure enough, when you look up, you see the remnants of, like, what was, like, a gate? But you see, like, bits of it, like, broken off. Like, you can look up and you can see, like, the little railing where the gate would have, like, went down, and it's broken off. As you get into the room and you see the conch shell, like, spire, you notice that it's weird. You think there's, like, a wadded sheet of paper near the gem.
Sorry, just I'm getting mad flashbacks to like stuff from the source for this music, and I'm just like, oh my god. If it says some shit like Captain What likes his wine red, I'm gonna lose it. But that's fine.
What do you do?
See if there's a trigger or something, or there's no way through.
As far as you're concerned, it's just a dead end. All that's in this dead end is this conch shell spire.
Is it like carved into the stone wall or rock, or?
It seems to be like staked down into the ground.
It's a freestanding thing.
Yeah.
So this spire, can I roll an Arcana check on it?
I'm going to say sure, but if you're going to do that, roll me a wisdom check real quick.
Wisdom check.
Yes, like wisdom saving throw, yeah.
Okay. Is this a magical effect?
Yes.
Alright, that means I have advantage on this because of gnome cunning.
Alright.
So, wisdom.
In
save.
fact, Eloy, also roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw or a check?
Saving throw.
Okay, just you had him roll a check and him a saving throw.
I told him saving throw at the last second.
Yeah, 14 for my saving throw.
Alright, and now Eloy, you do it. Alright, both of you pass. So, you get closer to this, and you can go ahead and roll your Arcana check now.
Art versus Laura gives me double proficiency, +7.
Alright, based on what you remember, back in the forest, when Crudez told you when he detected magic, he saw that all of their heads glowed green. You think this might be the same kind of magic.
Hey. This might be what's been causing the, might have been causing those hobgoblins earlier acting all wonky. I say we smash it.
Yep.
Yes. Aloy's gonna attempt to.
I mean,
Ditto.
As you attempt to destroy it, roll one last saving throw, wisdom, Eloy.
That's a natural one.
All right, so
Oh, no.
as you raise up your axe, you watch as Eloy, for a brief second, just stop, and then slowly lower his weapon, and he just stands there. To Eloy, you feel strangely lethargic.
What's even the point, man? Just like sit there.
Trouton's gonna give Aloy a slap on the bum because that's the highest he can reach, all in all honesty.
Yes, do it.
Well, you won't need to roll for that. Sure enough, getting a pat on the ass wakes you up out of your little stupor easily.
That's the cure. We have to go back and smack all those other hobgoblins on their ass.
Elo's
Oh,
gonna
we're-
shake out of it, and he's gonna like. Did he realize that he got smacked in the ass, or he's just
Yeah,
got stunned out of it?
yeah.
Okay, he's gonna backhand whoever slapped his ass.
Roll
Which
an
was
attack.
Trowlin. Or Trowlin. Fuck.
What's this for, Chris?
I'm smacking it. I'm gonna slap it with the flat of my longsword.
Yeah, I already
Who
got.
are you smacking,
smacked.
though?
Oh, the orb. I thought
Okay.
the failure of the wisdom saving throw meant he stopped short of destroying it, so I wanted to
Yes.
destroy it.
Alright, so, while that's going on, Nimbus, you go ahead and stab, you slash right into the base of this thing, and it just crumbles into two. The gem stops glowing, and that wadded piece of paper that was, like, embedded in the spire near the gem rolls out.
I'm gonna pick it up and look at what it says.
Yeah, Trellin's
Okay.
rubbing his head because he got slapped on the top of the head. How about guy out there should leave you that fucking rot, you little mutt. And I'm gonna check out that gem. It's no longer active.
The gem seems to not have any power in it anymore. You think that... Actually, go ahead and roll, what do you roll to identify, like, architecture?
Arcana.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your Arcana then.
18.
18. You know that the gem is some sort of conduit, but at the same time, with the way that it turned off after the spire got destroyed, you think that there was probably something powering it from afar.
So it's a way line.
Yeah,
In a
it's just
sense. As for Nimbus, now that you're reading it, it seems to be a journal entry. In fact, when you unfurl the paper, you can tell that this was, like, very obviously, very obviously,
ripped out of a book.
ripped out of a book, yeah. And you read it, and it says something like this. It says, "It's getting hard to think. I'm starting to forget what's been happening for the past few hours. But I'm almost done breaking this door. If anyone gets this, please get out of here. Don't touch the jellyfish. And don't get caught by those fishmen either. And please, whatever you do, please tell..." And then it scribbles off for a second, and then the mood totally changes. He goes, "God, this stupid green glow. Green. Grin. Gran." And then just the letter G. And then the rest of the note is just ineligible, incomprehensible nonsense.
Like it doesn't even
the
look like it's
letters
another
get
language.
like progressively less formal, and then it just becomes like lines.
Well, it definitely looks as if someone got attacked while they were writing this. They mentioned the scaled men, and I've still seen nothing of Sahagin here. Keep on your guard. What else do we see around here?
Nothing really. In this dead end, it was just the spire and the broken gate.
Well, I suppose it's time to retrace our steps then.
Well, it was a fork in the road. The left was the dead end. The right seems to be further down into the cave.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, like, go back to the intersection or the
Oh,
split
well,
in the
you
path,
didn't
and then...
move any further. It was just like a 5-foot long and wide room on the left.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna pocket that gem.
Alright.
I'm also keeping the journal, or the journal
page.
entry.
One hypno gem.
Alright, so all of you continue right, I'm assuming?
It's the only way forward, so.
So, the room, before it devolved into like a narrow hallway, but now that you're going there, it goes back to being spacious again. This time, even though there's like no glows to these, you actually do spot something. You see 3 creatures that are very similar to the ones that you saw on the boat, but they haven't noticed you yet.
Okay.
Wait, say that again?
You see 3 creatures that are very similar to the ones that you fought on the boat to Hermit
Okay.
Ward,
Okay.
but they haven't noticed you yet.
What are the coloration of their scales, if that is the case?
How about, like, aquish blue?
I see. Well, so much for the theory about this place being inhabited by aliens.
What do? They haven't noticed you yet.
So it is indeed Sahagin, right?
As far as you can tell, these are very similar to the creatures that you encountered on your ship, yes.
Okay. Well, obviously, the note said, don't let them catch you. So, obviously, they're hostile, and they're more than likely the enemy. So, without further ado, unless someone is going to stop me, I'm going to start firing.
Argue with that logic.
I
So
think-
anyway, I started blasting.
At the very least, can I at least try to stealth and go in and check things out before I give him a signal to fire?
Sure.
Alright, but if I see anything go down, I'm firing.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, Alloy's going to, if Tralen's going to fire, he's going to stand, if he could hide somewhere before him, or before him, so he could maybe do an ambush or a sneak attack.
Okay.
Please advantage. Hey, 21.
Alright, so Eloy's gonna stealth too?
Yeah, if that can give me stealth advantage.
Sure,
or-
that's
yeah.
fine.
He's trying to ready up so that he can also go in as soon as Trellin shoots an arrow.
Alright.
Well, no,
And-
I do a sneak attack. I don't know if that gives me advantage or not.
Well, sneak attacks are a rogue thing, but you can take them by surprise, yeah.
Well, yeah, that too.
You'll get your ambush round.
And Will, was that also stealth roll?
Yeah.
Alright. So, as you guys are beginning to stealth, I'm gonna say because Nimbus is the one doing it the best, go ahead and roll... What is it here? Go ahead and roll me an insight real quick.
It's no. We don't do a backslash. We do an exclamation point. You said insight?
Yes.
Okay, 19.
Alright. So, these 3 Sahagin creatures, there's something strange about them. You notice that there's no life in their movements whatsoever. Like they almost seem like they're like phoning it in. Like they seem really tired and groggy.
Hmm.
Almost.
But you're
alive.
pretty sure they are alive, yes. You also notice that there's a very tiny glow in their eyes. They seem a bit slim and malnourished.
Okay, as someone who has experienced the plot of Drakengard, what is the color in their eye?
They're also a little bit green.
Okay, we're good then.
As you notice this, though, unfortunately, I'm gonna roll for this too. Once again, Sore's suit is pretty much doing work as once again you see like cushions sort of like deploy to like muffle her sounds. She actually rolled a 26.
Oh Jesus.
But with a
She's
with
got
a
pillows on
6
her
and an
feet.
8 respectively, unfortunately there isn't that good of a hiding place for you guys. And you guys get spotted.
Let's do it.
They notice you and they definitely draw out their weapons, which are like these
Firing.
spear, harpoon sort of things. But again, they don't seem like that energetic. Now I'll say roll initiative for this.
The Traylon wanted to fire because he had a surprise round.
Yes,
for
go
sure.
ahead and roll a surprise attack.
Oh, that's a critical.
Oh,
Oh.
nat 20? Okay.
Well, it's a 19, but he's got worried that can happen.
My vicious
All right,
short bow.
go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay, that's a 1d6 plus 6, and if I remember correctly, because it's vicious short.
Frickin'.
Roll the damage die twice, right?
Yes.
Yes, but for a crit, instead of just adding one more d6, it's going to be 3d6 because of that.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
So god damn it, that's the second 8 I've rolled.
All right, 13 damage.
Nice.
Oh,
Sure enough, when you
that's actually 19 because I forgot to add my my attack bonus.
all right, well either way, well sure enough, these guys are very slow and sluggish. And even though they draw their weapons ready to fight, one in particular is especially slow, and you aim for them, and your crossbow bolt hits them square right in between the eyes, and they just fall over dead instantly. Now everybody can roll initiative.
They did.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I got a 13.
I wanted Traylon to do his attack first,
I know,
Yeah.
but
but
that's fine.
but yeah,
Sorry.
18.
Alright, so... Alright, 18. And then for Soray, her initiative is actually a +4. And that is a 20, so she's actually going first on this. Alright, so Soray sees what's happening, and she is shaking in her boots a bit, because, you know, these things are still freaky fish guys. And that was on purpose.
Yes.
And so she is basically going to say bad touch as well, and she is going to like raise up one of her gauntlets, and there is a compartment that comes up that is almost like a mini crossbow as well, and she is going to fire at one of them as well, and that is a 20, soft 20 to hit.
Nice.
And that is 8 damage. As it gets hit, it's sort of like she hits one straight in like the quadricep, one of their legs. And it seems like it's hanging on, but then it sort of like trips over, and then like lethargy and the lack of energy on this one, eventually it just seems to just give up moving. It just becomes motionless. And that is Eloy. Well, actually, what's your dexterity versus Traylon?
I have an 18.
You dex mod.
Oh, +4. I think we have the same dex mod, actually.
That's why I asked what your dexterity stat was.
Oh.
But yeah, I have a flat 18 in my dex.
And Eloy?
Tush?
Tush? Mike muted?
Dexterity's a 4.
Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna say, since both of you have the same one, you can decide which one of you goes next.
I'll let Tush go first since I had a surprise round.
You can go again.
Alright.
Alright, so yeah, you have one left.
17 to hit.
17. That definitely hits.
This is going surprisingly well. Almost, maybe too well.
Max damage.
Alright, 12. This one is also just easy. These guys are just moving way too lethargically. And sure enough, this one you just hit square in the eyes. This one actually, the wind was lucky, and it moved a little bit to the left and hit them in the eye. But even its pain reaction is so, like, not into it, and it just falls over dead as well. You've killed them all. Congratulations.
Well, that wasn't fun. Trylon just kind of goes and gets his arrows back.
That was really weird.
Decimated them. Oh, by the way, when I was advancing forward while you were massacring them, I saw that they had some light in their eyes. I think they're being controlled by something. Not like the Sahagin
what color
we fought
was
on the
it?
ship. It was green.
Oh,
Yeah,
You think they may not be, I don't know, maybe they're a victim too, I don't know.
It certainly seems as if they are not in their right mind.
Alright,
Would
I would
explain
like-
would explain why a bunch of Sahagins are trying to stop an undead tower repellent.
yeah, I still don't understand that. And, Crudez, that 21 in insight, what is that for?
Basically, he's just kind of like looking around and just being like, okay, that seems a little too easy. And hearing what Nim said about like the green in their eyes, I'm just kind of hoping maybe I can put 2 and 2 together somehow. Like even just looking around at them or anything.
Based on what you've seen so far this whole trip, with all the evidence that you saw, everything about maybe enchantment magic being afoot, and people acting strange, with the fact that these Sahagins seemed like lethargic and malnourished, you get the feeling that they could have very well been controlled in some way as well.
What was it that the thing said about be wearing green?
They were just complaining about the stupid, like, green glow, and then they just trailed off.
If you see anything green in your view that's not a goblin, shield your eyes. It bodes ill.
I already do that.
Although honestly, knowing poor Saray, she probably just shields her eyes from literally anything, even if it isn't green.
Yeah, that is true.
That was out of character, but also...
Regardless, let's get moving.
Stay on guard.
Once again, it sort of gets down into, like, a hallway. and then you come across a wooden door that's sort of like halfway open. There's actually a kind of a bright yellow light coming from it.
That doesn't bode well.
You actually hear the sounds of a lot of chattering behind the door.
I'll motion for everybody to be quiet. And I'll try to preen my ears so that I can listen to what's being said.
It's weird that it seems to be as if everybody's those voices you hear are just talking about very normal, mundane things.
Almost like the hobgoblins.
Perhaps.
What else?
In fact, because you worked on, a pleasure cruise, the way they're talking they're talking as if they're like workers that are on a lunch shift. Like, the style in which they're talking.
I suppose even dictators that use hypnotism to control people still have to follow union rules.
You don't mess with the magical union.
God damn it.
We hypnotize responsibly.
Thank you.
What else do I see around here? Like, is there another direction we can go that doesn't involve
It
that?
is straight down this hallway through the door.
Well,
Breach and clear.
then draw my sword and let's go.
So, when you open the door, you kind of have to adjust your eyes because at this point you're used to like glow-in-the-dark algae being your light sources. But when you open the door, it's almost like the entire environment changed. When you look inside, you almost see like kind of like a tavern. And inside, you can see about 15 or 20 people inside, just sitting at tables, talking with each other. Right away, you notice that every single one of these people are like entirely different, races and sizes altogether.
This is definitely distressing.
Mm-hmm.
Let me double check what auras I have as a paladin right now. Nothing. Yes, good. All right. Can I ready an action to just like smite something if we meet something that looks hostile?
You can hold an action, sure.
I'll do that.
All right. So, what do you all do?
I can't.
Well, are they mostly ignoring us for now, or have they not seen us yet?
They don't seem to be noticing you two at all. They're acting as if you all don't exist.
What the? That's so weird.
Did
And
they have that
as
glow in
you-
their eyes?
Every single one of them has a bit of a green glaze, yes.
I'm gonna look.
In fact, now that you're paying attention to that part, you also notice that, like, in a triangular, like, layout, you can see 3 more of those same sort of, like, conch shell towers that you saw earlier. Like, in a triangle formation around the room.
Okay. Oh, second verse, same as the first.
As you, so what exactly are you doing?
Well, I'm going to tell Aloy to tackle one of those towers.
So all of you are coming in now?
I mean, at this point, there's nothing else for us to do, so...
All right. So the moment all of you enter the room, sunk, right behind you, you see a gate slam down, blocking the way.
Mm-hmm.
And this actually gets everybody's attention, and they all just sort of like mindlessly stare at you. They don't leave their chairs or anything like that. They just stare at you. And then on the other side of the room, you can hear some like shuffling noises, as well as sort of like a sort of noise. And you see about 5 of these Sahagan come out. And this time, they don't look malnourished. They don't look controlled. They look like perfectly healthy Sahagans.
Lovely.
Oi, you fish speak common. I'll take that as the no.
Please don't kill your voice doing that.
Oh, this actually doesn't hurt.
Okay.
But, yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Everybody tonight.
17.
What the fuck?
I don't know. It just popped into my head.
Alright, that is a 14 for Soray.
This dungeon is creeping me out.
Yep. Who'd have thought Sastasha could be so creepy?
It's almost like we could do better than Sastasha.
Yeah.
It's almost like all it needed was some fucking effort.
It's almost like you two are writers or something.
Yeah. Funny that.
Alright, that's a 16 for Nimbus. As I spell his name Nimber for some reason.
Nimber.
And
Well, hi
Alloy
there,
gets
folks. It's me, Cousin Nimber. cousin Nimber on the ranch. Nice to meet y'all.
I loved every second of that. Not gonna lie.
That's canon now. I'm writing that somewhere in Corone where they farm food and stuff. There's Nimber on the mountaintop.
Alternative universe where everything is the same except the Nimbus family or whatever is country instead of like Puss in Boots.
Oh boy.
And one last one here. All right. Okay, so first up is Crudez, actually.
Nice.
Also, as these Sahagan are came into the room to fight you guys, everybody in this tavern setting is still staring at you.
Let's see. I mean, I have an idea for what I'm gonna do, but I can't do it fast enough because I'm not a battle shifter.
All right.
So before we start the fight, shouldn't we think of a plan? I thought the plan was to break the thing. So what if 2 of us go after the 3, and everybody else who can attack from far away tries to take out the little towers? That way they don't get affected by the Constitution saving throw if they attack from far away.
That's an idea.
That was my plan.
I'll vote myself just because I have 60 feet of movement speed to go after the thing, because it'll get done faster.
I mean,
Up to you.
Just something to bear in mind here. Crudez has like a one-time use of stillness of mind thanks to his tutoring with Kin. We could probably send Crudez off to like break one of these things.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Eloy will probably go after the 3 guys and keep them occupied, or he'll attempt to, anyways.
Well, there's 5 of them.
Okay, well, he'll attempt to
Oh,
keep all 5
Jesus.
occupied.
All right.
Regardless,
So
Still Krita's turn.
yeah.
Let's see. So wild shape is an action, yes.
Yes.
About how far away is the nearest conch?
I would say this whole room is about like 30 feet across. So the nearest ones would be like 15 or 20 feet. So like to your left and your right, it would be like 15 to 20 feet, and then the third one would be all the way on the other side of the room.
I'll say that Crudez does his wild shape
All right.
and then makes his way over to like the nearest conch, making sure not to like bowl over anybody that's not like trying to get in his way.
All right. So what are you wild shaping into?
An ape, I just said.
Well, I didn't hear that part.
That's fair.
All right. So as you wild shape into an ape and rush up to one of the towers, the people that are in the seats sort of like try to outstretch their arms to try and grab you.
Oh,
But
boy.
I'm not gonna have you roll for it because you're an ape.
Yeah.
They struggle to hold you in place in vain, but you easily like shake them off.
Your passive strength
He's-
alone is enough to trample these people. They,
Exactly.
He's just
Yeah.
like nope, 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 nope.
So you're in position, but you used your action already.
Yeah, that's fine. I can just kind of stand by it threateningly, just like fist up, just like
Your life ends in the next 15 seconds.
and
Actually,
since
no,
you're
it's-
near,
actually no, it's
and-
in the next 6 seconds because it's a round of combat.
yeah, and since you're near this thing, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save real quick.
Alrighty.
You're a druid.
Well, I
You're
thought-
good at this.
I mean, I thought that only applied when like.
Well, you're
I
near
had
it.
action. Oh, that's
It's-
fair. I thought like it just applied when what's it?
Well, either way, just roll it.
I know. I'm just explaining myself. I thought it only applied when you tried to strike it, but either way, here we go. 24.
You easily pass.
Nice.
All right. Next up is Traylon.
Alrighty.
Or actually, no. One of the Sahagins is gonna go first.
Boo.
Eloy, since you basically presented yourself to them, ready to fight, they are gonna take your challenge, and one is going to strike at you first. This is going to be.
Can I rage?
It's not your turn yet. But when it is your turn, you can rage. Anyway, does a 22 hit?
Yes.
So that will be max damage, 5 piercing damage. And the second they pierce you, you notice that all of the Sahagins get a whiff of your freshly drawn blood, and they're very excited and invigorated and ready to kick ass.
Oof.
Now it's Traylon's turn.
Alright. Are any of them in a straight line?
Not really. When they stormed the room, they were sort of like spread out. So at best, you could maybe clip 2 of them because of the one that sort of like charged ahead. But you would be hitting Eloy in the back if you were going to do that.
Okay, I will try to clip the 2 that I can by repositioning myself.
All right. As you do that, you have to angle yourself, which means people are gonna try and grapple you. I'm gonna say with disadvantage because you're small. All right, so go ahead and roll me a opposed grapple.
Can I use my acrobatics?
Yes.
Plus 6. I took this for just this occasion. 12.
All right. So, yeah, you try to ready yourself, and right as you're about to pull back, one of the guys like grips your bow hand and like holds it in place.
Fucking cock. Okay.
But you can still attempt to take the shot.
But
You're just held in place.
All right. Well, I'm just still. If I'm just held in place, I can still shoot.
Yep.
All right. Draco shot inbound.
All right.
19.
That is a 19 to hit. That will hit.
All right. Arrow damage. D6 plus 6. Oh, come
All right.
on.
7. Well
All right.
done.
And those two need to make a dexterity saving throw as well.
All right. So you're hitting the one that struck Eloy and one of the others.
Yep.
Okay. So 7 damage to each of them.
No. It's a different roll. They just have to make a DC dexterity saving throw 13.
13.
To avoid.
Okay. All right. So that's a fail. And that is also failed. They both rolled a 5.
Okay. Then they both take an additional 3 damage.
All right. So it didn't deal 7 damage to the both of them, just the first target,
Just the first one.
and then both of them take 3. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well done. It is Nimbus's turn next.
Okay. So how far away am I from the orc with how we started this fight?
Just like with Crudez, the towers are about 15 to 20 feet across on the left and right, and then the last one is pretty much on the other side of the room where the Sahagins are.
Okay. I'm gonna dash past the Sahagan.
Oh, so you're gonna
stealing
go-
agility.
Okay. Alright, so they will get an attack of opportunity, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Alright.
But before I get past them, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Alright, well, in that case, I'm assuming a 7 misses.
I should hope so.
A 20... Does a 20 hit?
20... yes it does.
Alright. And does a 19 hit?
19 ties with Shield of Faith on.
Alright, so then that's a miss. So, thankfully you managed to only get hit by one of them. And
Nice.
that will be... also max damage, 5 piercing damage.
It's a hefty
so
amount
you
of
take
damage.
that on...
Go ahead. Hello?
We lost him.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
You are in range of the spire now.
Okay. And I'm going to attack the spire with my long sword.
Alright, roll to hit.
It's a
Alright,
13.
13 will hit.
And should I roll damage?
I'll say no. You, just like before with the first spire, you like slice this one from the base in 2, and just like before, it falls down to the ground, and the gem on the top loses power. And you see about a third of the whole room, about everybody within all of the seemingly normal people that are near that spire, you see them go totally limp. Like
Like they
some
collapse?
just slump their heads onto a table. Others just flat out fall out of their seats. They do seem alive, just unconscious.
Well, a thought occurs, but I'll save that for outsider combat. That's my turn.
Alright, next is... Let's see here. Next is... Soray, actually. Sore is gonna attempt to take Eloy's lead and sort of like be in the front line to an extent. And by that, she means she's gonna go up and pretty much make sure that she can't get hurt. And she is going to actually cast Magic Missile at 2nd level. So that's going to be, I believe, 2d4 plus 2. Or, is it 1st level you fire 2 missiles?
Let me just. Jesse.
Hmm?
Magic missile. Is it 1st level that you fire to, or what?
I know casting Magic Missile, regardless, already starts out with 3 missiles.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Magic
1st
Missile-
level is just 3d3 plus 3. Okay.
3d4 plus 3.
3d4 plus
Yeah,
3.
3d4 plus 3. Alright, so in that case, 1st level then.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, so that is 12 magic damage against the one that attempted to strike Eloy, actually. She basically does it in, like, point-blank range, and all 3 of them hit him straight in the chest, and he recoils for a second. But he is just, well, barely hanging out and all. He's fucking dead. Because she basically shotgun blasts them with magic missiles.
Tingo skura, as they say.
And in response to that, 2 of them, well, actually 1, one is going to take a strike at Eloy, rushing up to take that pretty much. He gets an advantage on this, thanks to Bloodlust, because you don't have all of your HP. So this is going to be with advantage. Alright. Alright, does a 22 hit?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, that is 4 piercing damage. Now it is your turn, Eloy.
Cool. So is someone next to me?
Yeah, sorry, actually.
No, I meant
Yeah, you're being flanked by Sahagin.
Yes.
I'm flanked by Sahagin.
Yes.
Okay. He's gonna rage and swipe at the one behind. Well, whichever one's been hit already.
Alright, well, that one's dead. This is a new one.
So he's not flanked.
Yeah, he's right in front of you, yeah.
Okay. Well, he's gonna hit that one then.
Alright, I believe you get advantage on this because you're raging?
No.
Oh no, that's when
No.
you reckless attack. Well, either way, you get something to it. Alright, 23 definitely hits. Roll damage. Alright,
That's,
13.
15.
Ouch.
15.
Oh, 15. Okay.
Rage.
Rage.
Yeah, rage.
Alright, so... Alright, so sure enough, you get angry because you've just been, like, stabbed twice at this point. And you take out your frustration on this guy, and you manage to angle yourself right, and sure enough, zook, straight up, like, you cut off its head in one motion.
If I did and took him down to 0, I get rampage.
Oh.
Alright.
I get to move half my speed to the nearest one and make it a bite attack.
Oh. Nice.
Alright. Unfortunately, you were currently muzzled, but you can use your move.
I'll use my movement and get closer then.
Alright, so...
Can you just flavor the bite as a headbutt?
Sure.
You can.
Ooh.
Actually, yes, I'll allow it.
Yes.
So do I reach one in half my speed?
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't have to roll to see if I hit. I just do it.
I believe it's just a regular natural attack, which would be just d20 plus strength. No proficiency.
No, I mean, do I have to roll to see if it hits, or does it
Yes.
automatically?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, you gotta roll to hit. To actually hit.
Okay.
Even when they're sluggish like this.
28.
Oh, almost the nat 20. Go ahead and roll damage.
1d6 plus my strength, which is
Yeah.
a 7. That's
No.
a 10. What happened? Oh, wait, that's my saving throw. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My strength. Sorry. My strength is. Where the fuck is my strength?
It's
I
probably
believe it's 5, yeah.
Yeah. So
It
I'll
is
do that
big.
again.
And strength is big.
Alright, well,
Eight.
still max damage. So, as you, like, rush up, you pretty much, you instinctively try to open up your snout, but then you sort of, like, feel steel on your snout again as you realize, oh crap, I'm still muzzled. And this actually gets you angry that you're pretty much just like, fuck it all, and just use the side of your snout as like a club.
I muzzle
and you
punch him.
Yeah, you basically punch one in the face with your muzzle. And it is surprisingly effective.
Nice.
As you end up hitting the one that got clipped by one of Traylin's arrows. But he is still just barely hanging on, though. In response, seeing that you're up close, one of them, who is right next to whoever you hit, is going to strike in response. Since you're injured, this is with advantage. Alright, does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Alright. That will be 3 piercing. Alright, it is... let's see here. And the other one that's there is actually going to strike at Nimbus, since he went through all that effort to jump ahead and try and kill the Spire. This is also with advantage because you did get clipped in the middle of dashing over there.
We still have to beat a 19.
Yep, a 14 does not hit. And we go
Unfortunate.
back to the top of the list. Crudez, it is your turn.
Alright, time to fucking smash this shit.
DK. Donkey.
Okay.
Donkey Crudez.
DK Donkey Crudez, yeah.
20 plus. So actually, I can do 2 fist attacks apparently, so...
Okay.
Escape, so that'll be a... Copy. 1, 2.
Alright, I'm gonna say both of those hit because it is a stationary spire. So I'm gonna say, for flavor, you bring your 2 fists together, and you smash them together with the gem in the middle. And it just turns into just gem dust in your knuckles. And sure enough, the sides of the room that you were in, which is where Traylon is being, like, grappled and accosted, those people that were grabbing him also, like, fall limp and lifeless. Although they are alive. They're just unconscious.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Traylon is just kind of slapping people like, no, get off. Don't touch me. Why is everyone touching me?
You have to do that a little bit more because some of them, like, sort of, like, slumped on you.
Ah! Piss.
But sure enough, when that's over with, it is your turn, Traylon.
Okay. We have one
Well,
crystal and how many Sahagin left?
Hold on.
I still have
What
a
will?
move action.
Yeah. So go ahead,
How-
use your move.
About how far away is, like... Actually, wait, is anyone in, like, any... Because, like, I know part of our priorities is, like, to slay the spires and all that. No, But is anyone in like any particular danger or like being accosted? Like,
Well, Eloy has taken about 3 different hits, and Nimbus has taken about 2.
So good. I'm pretty much a tank, so.
yeah, that's fair. How are you doing on HP there, Nim? Oh, right, you're muted.
I'm good. You don't have to worry about me for a while.
Alright, if y'all are sure, I'm just gonna have Crudez make as much of a beeline as he can to the next one.
Alright, so you spend your whole move action to get there, and since you ended your turn there, go ahead and roll another wisdom save.
Alrighty. That is not with a +5, because I had it copied from earlier. Wisdom save. That is 6.
Alright. Sure enough, you're getting ready to... You're assuming the same position where it's like you will die in, 15 seconds.
Yeah.
This time, the lethargy does start to creep up on you. And
So,
you
like,
get a little more relaxed and calm.
So have we like discerned if this is actually like something that my stillness of mind perk would like?
It is a bonus action, so if it comes to your turn, you can use it as a bonus action.
Well, I haven't used a bonus action yet, is the thing. Because like the multi-attack that an ape gets is like a regular action from.
Okay.
Nothing
All right,
says
then
otherwise.
sure, you can use it then.
All right.
As you are about to get really relaxed, you actually kind of go back to Kin for a second and remember the stillness there when you were meditating and how vivid your visions were of fighting that strange beast on the beach all those weeks ago. And right away you feel that the stillness that you're feeling right now is just not right. It is not natural at all.
Right.
And this gives you the strength to sort of just break yourself out of that mindset.
Hooray!
Cruda's just thinking to himself, all right, nice try. We're
All right,
back to your
now it
heckin'
is your
life
turn,
in 15
Traylon.
seconds.
Alrighty. Well, for one, I'm gonna push the asshole who fell on me off.
This person is what looks to be like a tiefling, sort of just limply, sort of like almost like forward rolls out of his seat because of you shoving him.
Oh, so you're still alive. Good.
They're all alive. They're just unconscious.
Well, it's probably one of the boys.
The ones that are currently unconscious are unconscious.
Regardless, how many targets do I have?
You have 3. One is at death's door. The other are full health.
All right. Well, blood in the water. I'm gonna aim for the one that's at death's door.
All right.
Nice.
25.
25 definitely hits.
Nice.
6 plus 6. 10 damage.
All right. Because Eloy is in the thick of things, I'm going to say, as you're fighting these, you actually feel like a very gentle brush of an arrowhead go along the fur of your shoulder as that one ends up hitting one that's right next to you that tried to hit you, and that one just goes down.
2 to go. As a bonus action, would you allow me to get a perception check in?
Sure, for what?
I want to see... One, I know that we're locked in. I want to see if I can find like any mechanisms that are nearby that may have that we may use to, hey, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You definitely think that there is a mechanism. However, you're certain that if there is one, there would most likely be in a different room, based on your guess of the way the place is laid out.
Is it probably from the only other door that Sahagin came from?
Perhaps.
Are there any other doors?
Nope.
Okay, then we have our trail. Alright,
All
end my
right,
turn.
it is Nimbus's turn. You did manage to take down the spire, but now you're may have flanked yourself a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
We'll be fine.
Oh shoot! By the way, I forgot to roll a Constitution saving throw because Shield of Faith is a concentration spell.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let it pass for now. But thanks
Okay.
for reminding me about it, though.
You're welcome. In that case, I'm gonna try to chop down the Sahagin that actually managed to land a hit on me
All
as
right,
T came up.
go ahead and roll the hit. All right,
It's
18
19.
hits.
So he pivots on his foot and kind of makes it look like he's about to fall over on his back as he raises himself up on the ball of his foot. But as he does the spin, he also cuts into the Sahagin and spins around and finds purchase back on his other foot.
All right, roll damage.
You should probably roll that, shouldn't I? Come on, exclamation point. Here we go.
All right, 10
5
damage. You
10
definitely
damage.
do a number on this thing, but it is still barely hanging on. And as this happens, Sore's turn is next, actually. And once again, that little compartment on her suit that fired the magic missiles, they're gonna fire again, with 2 of them going to one, and then one going over towards the one that you just hit.
That was
that
Soray's
is
armor going in
another-
meltdown.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's the noise that comes out when she like fires her like magic like that. All right, so one hits the one that you just hit, Nimbus, in the back of the head, and sure enough, it falls down dead. The others get 6 damage towards it, and it's not looking so hot. And it's a good thing that the one that fell the way it did, because that would have taken up that would have went ahead of Eloy, so now it's your turn, Eloy.
Are any of them close to dying?
There's one left, and the one that's left is not doing so hot.
Is he near me?
About 25 feet away. Nimbus went on ahead to try and kill the last spire like that.
25. That
That's
is
still
definitely
within your
within
move
my
action.
speed, so he's gonna dash towards it, and try and attack.
Rawr.
And that's. What did I do? Okay. What is it? 1d
1d20
Plus-
plus your strength plus your proficiency.
Okay, I got it right now.
All right, natural
That's fine.
20.
Nice.
That was useless.
Why?
Well, I mean, I didn't need a 20 in order to hit it.
Oh, well, I mean,
A nat 20 means you crit, and that means you do a lot more damage.
14.
Add an extra
14.
d12.
Yeah.
So
since you crit,
you
get to roll
automatically
next.
roll max damage, which would make that a 17? Or a 19, actually, because you're raging. And sure enough,
Wait, why
Wait,
max
I'm-
damage?
yeah, why max
because he
damage?
crit.
Mm,
It's not
no,
eight.
that's just double
That's not-
damage.
Yeah.
Like you rolled the damage die twice.
Oh, okay, okay, I see what he's
he's
doing.
dead anyways, right?
Yeah, he's.
Oh yeah, he is very much. You definitely killed him in one hit.
And that was the last one.
Instead of beheading him, you actually you actually hit him around the waist, and so like half of his body slumps over and falls off.
Fatality.
And Sore actually like yelps at the sight, and despite the fact that she is like in armor, she actually gets behind Nimbus when she sees that, and you can hear her go like ew 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 ew.
Alloy to intimidate, he's going to lick his axe off the blood of them, just to
They're
prove a
all
point.
dead, but
Oh no, that's for Sore.
God.
Why though?
Because he can, and he's a no. Why wouldn't he?
He's gonna get a kick out of it.
Yeah,
Fair
exactly.
enough.
You have to stick your tongue out through the bars.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
some of the blood gets like smeared a little bit on the muzzle.
God damn
Oh
it!
no! Why would you do that? No,
It's a
you
good thing
don't know
she
where
didn't-
that's been.
It's a good thing she didn't cover up
Why?
in the rat place.
Oh god, no.
Oh god.
Sorey, I encourage you to save your breath. Nothing you can and will say will stop him from doing something like this.
Alloy's gonna
Alright.
say he right.
Alright. So since they're all dead, can we just like
Yeah, I'll
destroy
say
the
you
Critic Mech in
destroy the
thing?
last one, and sure enough, now everybody that was staring at you in the beginning is just limp and unconscious.
Can Alloy check the bodies?
Yeah.
Well, the Sahagins are still carrying those very, like, bone-like spears with not much else equipment on them except, well, their loincloth, pretty much.
Alloy's
As
gonna steal
for everybody else, they seem to be, well, they're wearing, like, normal workers' clothes, so really all they have on them are, like, minor bits of like artisans tools and other various types of equipment that are not really meant for combat. In fact, none of these guys are really like armed for combat at all.
Looks like a bunch of
Alloy's gonna
civilians.
do what he usually does, and he's gonna carry the half of the one over his back.
All right, you have like half of the Sahagin you chopped off.
Yeah.
All right, so sure enough, Sori watches you like carry like the chopped off upper body of a Sahagin. She's like, "Why would you even need that?"
He
Meanwhile,
grins and goes, "Food."
Meanwhile, Trollin's just kind of getting eyeballs and claws as best he can in his survival. Fucking
Don't you encourage him?
what? The resources. Resources are resources.
And this is why Alloy likes Trallin.
Yeah. So
Is anyone gonna check the other ones?
I mean
What do we get for
Okay.
that 7 though? Nothing.
I can try to. That's a survival check, yeah.
What? Why? What's this for?
He's trying to harvest bits of the Sahagin.
Oh, okay. I thought as like I told you what they all had, but okay. 7 on survival. You tried to harvest an eyeball, but because they're all lifeless, they aren't really like. The eyes aren't really like held up the way they should be, and so when you're trying to like get them, they go like and sort of like burst accidentally.
Ugh, gross.
I think at this point, like Crudez just kind of hobbles over to like the rest of the party, still in his ape form, and just kind of like stands with his arms held out just to like shield Saray's eyes from like having to watch this. then he just looks back and gives her a little wink, like, "Hey, it's me," that kind of thing. Since well,
I
can't really
actually,
talk.
Go on,
Go
Chris.
ahead.
I wanna take a look at one of the Sahagins now that they're dead. If any of their heads still remain, I want to peel open their eyes
Oh
and look into
God.
them.
Wow.
Not like dig into their their eye sockets, but I'm opening their eyelids and I want to look into their eyes.
Okay.
What for? What are you trying to look for?
I want to see if the glint is gone.
Well, they didn't have these Sahagins did not have a glint in their eye.
Oh,
They seemed perfectly healthy, like regular Sahagin.
okay. Well then, never mind. I'll just stab one through the chest. I'll stab one through the chest and walk away like that was for the boat, you fucker.
Aloy's gonna see that Tralin is squishing everything he's trying to get, and he's gonna say, "Use your teeth, man."
Crudas just kind of like shakes his head at Aloy, just kind of tries to wag a finger at him like, "Oh, you." Oh, right, yeah, this is technically the first time that everyone has seen, like, Crudas become a giant ape. Reactions?
The
Druids.
True.
you sure this is not some biological evolutionary matter exposed to the wilderness?
He just smiles, shakes his head, and just gives her, a thumbs up. Like, don't worry, it's fine.
And
Give it a
all
minute.
she hears is
See him turn into an ape?
Well, no, he's not. Crudas isn't actually like speaking. He's just like giving her a thumbs up, as if to say, like,
I
just
understand.
is reassuring her. Like, yeah, I understand. It's fine. It's okay.
Didn't you see him turn
roll
into
a
an ape?
persuasion.
Sorry, what?
Didn't you see him turn into an ape? She shouldn't be scared of him at this point. Or, well,
Oh
she
no!
knows
The
who it
fact that
is.
she's oh no! The fact that she saw him turn into an ape makes her more cautious.
Okay.
Yeah, because she thinks that like this is just like a wild goblin thing that happens that like they
Yeah.
just spontaneously turn into animals and stay that way or something.
Yeah.
I hope not. She's a goblin herself.
Well, okay. Sore is not sure what the heck Crudes is.
Like for
Even,
all she knows,
like,
Crudes could just be like
A wolf in
different-
sheep's clothing.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Oh, this does remind me of a Teen Titans comic where, like, the alarm goes off, and Raven comes out of the shower with, like, a towel on, and then Beast Boy follows after her as a horse.
Oh my god.
Why?
What do you think?
Oh my god. But yeah, regardless, what does Aloy think about giant ape?
he's already seen the ape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've
no.
done this before.
Well, we've done it before, but Trowin made us all invisible, so no one could
Yeah.
see it until like after Crudes had turned.
That is true, actually.
Trellin knows about druids. They turn into all different types of shit.
Yeah.
Alright, let's keep moving, please.
Alright, so,
Crudes get
sure enough, that gate is still blocking your path behind you, but the way forward is open.
Well, Aloy's gonna go on.
As the party continues past this room, after making sure that everybody is indeed sort of made sure everybody is alive and breathing, one of you reach an open clearing in the cave. In fact, it's kind of like a docking area almost. Like, you can see, like, bundles of ropes, barrels, crates, other kinds of storage devices just spread around.
so just humor me a little bit. Is the way forward by any chance off to the left?
Maybe.
Roll an investigation.
Maybe. I mean, like, I'm asking you as the DM because I want to see if this is truly Sastasha.
And I say, roll an investigation.
All right. That is not investigation. Let's see. 12.
All right, 12. As you're investigating the area, sure enough, the the items, you actually find more. You find, basic food and uh rations like that, but also sort of like blankets, bedrolls, and other sort of like basic living items. And strangely enough, there's like not really any guards or even like any like normal people like the ones that were staring at you, or even other Sahagins and whatnot. However, you do notice something to your left. You actually see an entire docking area altogether. Like, this is a full-on port. And there is actually a ship docked in place. From the angle you're at right there, though, you can't really see anything at the ship.
This is getting all sorts of interesting. It looks like we stumbled upon the whole human. I want to say human trafficking, but people trafficking, because not everybody's human.
Yeah, in fact, as you say that, you realize there wasn't a single human in that room.
Oh boy.
In fact, you also remember that the one that slumped over on top of you was a tiefling.
Okay, this is... I'm gonna look for Radiaran symbols.
I'm gonna say you don't have to roll. You don't see anything related to Radiara at all. But as you're, like, searching around... you do notice... You do get a better view of the ship. Roll a stealth check real quick.
I may not proficient, but I'm stealthy.
Yeah, seconded. Yeah, stay safe, Tush.
Yeah, his house is kind of flooding right now. Hopefully he is...
You said his street is flooding.
Well, either way...
Natural 20.
Natural 20, alright. You perfectly hide behind, like, one of the boxes, and you are easily able to see this. On the deck of the ship, it's strange. You see a tall, gangly-looking man sitting at a fancy-looking table on the ship, and he seems to be having, like, a well-cooked steak dinner. Like, he's just minding his own business, having a bite to eat, with a little glass of red wine next to him. And to his sides are two Sahagins with the same, like, glowing green glint that you saw earlier, that are, like, fanning him with, like, two comically sized, like, tree leaves.
Oh god. Well,
Do you try to listen in?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna say roll another perception.
Wait, did you say stealth or perception?
Perception. 5.
Yes.
He seems to be, he seems to be, like, talking with the Sahagins as if they were people, even though they don't really, like, respond to him. They're just mindlessly fanning away. And you can even see him sort of, like, laugh as if they're responding and whatnot. Even with that 5, you can tell does seem like old-ish, like just getting into Middle Ages.
Alright. So I have a few options. I could either shoot all 3 of them, or I could try to get to understand what the hell is going on. Exactly. I need to know who this guy's working for.
You can roll another perception, but to do so, I would need you to roll another stealth check.
Another stealth check. 15.
15? You definitely seem to, You've definitely seemed to, keep yourself hidden for now. Go ahead and roll your new perception.
Love of God, please roll double digits at least. 11.
11. So this time you hear a bit better. He actually sounds like a little bit flamboyant. And he seems to be like talking about how he's just bored. And eventually you hear something about how he hopes that he can get the ship moving again so they could just leave.
I would like to... Can I roll an Arcana to see what I need to do to sink this ship as fast as possible?
I don't know if that will require Arcana, but I would say, without having to roll, it's definitely sort of like a regular old fortified ship that you would use to just sail the seas and carry cargo. So it does have some, cannons and, bits of, like, armor plating here and there. With your equipment,
also...
even though you could do quite a bit of damage, there's no way to, like, make it explode in one go.
It's also docked in a shallow port right now, so it wouldn't sink very far.
Yeah. Alright, in that case, my options are either destroying the mast or taking out the rudders.
As this is happening, by the way, one of the drawbridge actually lowers, and you see another Sahagan sort of like walk up, and you can see he has like some sort of like butler ribbon tied to his neck. And whoever this guy is, he acknowledges him, and sure enough, he lays down like another fancy meal for him.
Let's see what to do. Alright, I'm going to motion for everyone with the hand signals, kind of saying, we gonna storm this, or are we waiting around?
Eloy's gonna spit to the side, and he's gonna put his great axe away. Someone already pointed out that the one guy is the main, I guess, the guy in control.
Yeah, you see like a tall, gangly, like middle-aged man on the top of the deck having like a fancy dinner at a table, and there's like 2 Sahagans with like huge, like comically large like leaves like wind blowing him.
Right. All right. Well, Eloy's going to when Tralin suggests what to do. Eloy's going to step forward and put his axe away and take out a javelin.
Okay. Aiming to hit the old man.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll to hit.
Can this be with advantage because it's from attacking from stealth?
I mean, they don't know he's there, so
This is
That
very
is
true.
true.
it's
So,
a surprise javelin.
yeah.
Surprise javelin.
So it's a 26.
All right.
God damn.
I mean, I don't really have to roll again because of that, because that's a
Wait, you're both attacking?
yep.
Might as well.
Okay. All right. So, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 13.
Don't worry, Jesse, I got this. So 20 that is a 13 damage, and
From Tush. Roll damage for your javelin.
He's gonna roll a. So it's a 10 damage. So as he launches his javelin, he's going to speak a word in null, and the javelin, in midair, the second he throws it, sort of starts to break apart, and all the fibers disappear, and it's just lightning.
Oh,
okay. All right.
He's
So,
using a javelin of lightning.
as you
Nice.
stand up and say whatever it is you say in null, like turn on the magical enchantment, you and Traylon fire both of your attacks at once, but because you shouted out your word, one of the Sahagins, who's like fanning him, notices, and then you can see like the Sahagin sort of like dive in front of this human, kind of like, get down, Mr. President, or whatever.
He
And
doesn't
takes-
shout it. He just all he has to do is speak the word.
Well, either way, he hears something. I'll say like the crackling of like the lightning,
Okay.
and he basically jumps in front of him, full on, Secret Service protecting the president style,
Yeah.
and just gets fucking pelted by both of these attacks at once.
And everybody else has to make a DC saving throw.
Of
13 of dexterity.
dexterity, okay. And what happens if they fail?
46 lightning damage on a failed save.
Okay. All right. Well, the other two Sahagin, the two Sahagin that were near him fail, but he just barely manages to succeed.
Half on a successful.
Oh, half on a success. Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, and it's 46, you said?
46.
All right. Go ahead and roll that then. All right, 15 damage. So, sure enough, when you throw this javelin, everybody in the general vicinity gets the shit shocked out of them. And just barely, even though, this man got caught in the blast, basically when he gets shocked, the wine that he was drinking just like just sort of like spits it out as a spit take.
Yeah.
And he just sort of like, you could see him sort of like shout, "Oh shit!" and sort of flip the table over and hide underneath it.
Cool.
As for
Alex-
his Sahagins, however, they're all dead as they just fall down like jittering from lightning.
Right. And
Fish
Eloy's
don't
gonna
like-
jump down.
Yeah. Water is weak to electricity.
Who would have thought?
Super effective.
And at this point, you also notice that drawbridge that was lowered, that's still there.
Storm the bridge! Storm the bridge!
As this happens, as you guys are trying to make a break for it, as you guys try to make a break for it, something like almost kind of like a dark cloud hovers over the table that this guy is like hiding under. and then the cloud starts to like form around it starts to form like over the drawbridge. And then eventually you see about 2 figures emerge from the cloud. It's almost like the clouds part. And then just a loud thud with a bunch of wood crunching sound happens as 2 huge aquatic creatures land down on the edge and end up breaking the first part of the drawbridge in the process. And you can hear almost kind of like you hear like incoherent sort of like ramp from the table's end, but then afterwards it's like, just get him back! Just get him back! I don't care how much.
What was that last part?
I don't care how much damage you do in the process. Just get them back. And
Eloy's gonna
now,
jump down.
and now, I will ask Jesse. Do you want to do this now or next time?
Oh.
Just because it's like almost 12:30 my time, so.
What does everyone else want to do then?
I can keep going if you guys want.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
I mean, I can probably keep going too, so it's up to the rest of you.
Yeah.
I say we'll stop after the fight then.
All right. So we can shift. Music then. It is fucking Sastasha. But that part was obvious.
Yeah. Well, for those of us that have played 14, so about half the group.
Yeah, I this was another like insert everyone losing their half of the party losing their shit here.
Roll
But yeah, go ahead and roll initiative.
Soft 20.
All right, soft 20, nice. All right, that is Traylon.
Here it is, 10.
You avoided most of the ads, at least, with that attack.
Yeah.
So that saves us some time.
Yeah. Nice.
Alright, 10. Natural 20 for Eloy.
Nice.
And 16 for Nimbus again. And Soray is... Oh, that is a 2 for Soray.
She
And
just
now
screams.
these 2 things. Alright.
You want a picture of him?
Yes.
You're fighting this creepy ass motherfucker.
Alright.
Yeah.
Two of them.
You're
Two of
fighting
them.
2 of those things, yeah.
They look like sea lice.
Sea lice.
That's gross.
Just giant.
Alright, so, real quick, Nimbus, what is your dexterity?
He's gonna have to type it. He said he couldn't talk because his ping is being
Oh,
really weird.
well, I'm pretty sure it's, like, well above 10.
It's like 19, I think. If you still have
Yeah,
that shield on.
yeah, definitely ahead of him on that. And then this one, and Sora's ahead of this too. Just getting everything set up, because I'm professional XD. Alright. Curtis is here. Traylon is up here. Eloy is up here because it's a natural 20. And Soray is right down there. Alright. Okay, so, Eloy, with that natural 20, you're up first.
Did he get to jump down before the thing happened?
Jump down what?
Were they on the ground with them, or were they up above?
Okay, the ship is up above. You were
Where
about
are
to
they?
go- Oh, the
Like the group. Where the group like on floor with them, or were they up higher?
the human is on the ship. You
No,
guys
us.
are down where the drawbridge is, And the 2 creatures that fell down are at your level.
Okay, well, Eloy's gonna drop his carcass and he's going to rage.
All right.
Is he within 30 feet or?
The creatures or the guy?
Whichever one's closer.
Well, currently the guy is is unable to be accessed because these creatures in the way, and he's on top of the ship.
So then they're closer. Are they within reach of him?
Yes.
All right. He's gonna pull out his great axe, dash forward, and attack.
All right. All right. Go ahead and roll the hit.
24.
24 hits.
1d12 plus.
All right. 10 damage. Well done.
12.
Or 12. Still well done. Even more well done because that's 2 extra.
It screeches as you hit it.
All right. Next is Traylon.
All right. Well, seeing as these things are blocking our path, Traylon's going to reposition himself to the point where he may be able to get a double shot, like a line shot later, but he's just going to keep using normal arrows.
All right. Which one are you hitting?
Fucking... I was aiming for the one on the right, but...
All right. Well,
Second
either
that
way,
one.
that does miss. Nimbus, your turn. Fortunately, he can't talk right now, but I can maybe get what he wants in chat.
Here
What?
we go.
I think we heard him.
Well, he's typing at least. In the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. All right, an attack with Divine Smite. Okay, so go ahead and roll the hits.
Nice.
All right, 20 does hit, so go ahead and roll your damage. And is this the one that already got hit by Eloy? Oof. Okay, so you're hitting the one that got hit. All right, so go ahead and roll damage. Alright, that is 6 damage initially, plus another 10 radiant damage for 16. Well done. Alright, next is Crudez.
Alright, well, since I'm still an 8 from last time, I'm gonna run up to the one that Nimbus and Aloy have been beating up on lately, and if there's room anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shall do my double fist. 1
Oh, so you're still an ape?
and 2. Yep, I just.
Oh, you
stayed
never
in-
shape-shifted out?
Yeah, I just stayed in 8 the whole time just because I figured we were gonna have something at least resembling a boss fight soon. So.
Well, you were correct. Well, the first one misses, but the second one hits.
Nice. 1d6 plus 3.
Alright,
Fucking
9
go me.
damage.
Yes! Max damage.
And this is going to the same one?
Yep.
Alright. Alright. The one that you've been wailing on, it's its turn first. It is going to make 2 different attacks. One is going to Eloy, the other is going to Crudez. So the first one is going to Eloy. Does a 22 hit?
That's a yes.
Alright. Alright, so you take... Let's see here. I'm glad I have more than one d6. You take 9 bludgeoning damage.
Half that.
I have a resistance.
Half of that rounded down, so that would be 4. And you are grappled a little bit without save. Like, you are insta-grappled. Let's see. Yeah, you are grappled on that one piercer. And because of that, let's see here. Also, because you are now grappled by it, you are, one of its tentacles sort of, like, touches on you.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a con save for me.
God.
More tentacles.
God damn it. Get the hentai out of this fucking cave already.
It's not glowing white, but same idea.
Yeah. Alright. What would that
A con save?
Yeah.
Yeah. Con save.
5.
5.
That's a 1, a natural 1.
It touches you, and sure enough, you feel the seizing up of your body, but this one's a bit more, like, painful. You feel that it might be, somewhat poisonous a little bit. So, you are definitely, you are paralyzed just like, the sentries from before in its grasp. And now for Crudez, does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
Thankfully, though, it already has something in its grasp, so it will not grab you. However, you still take damage. You take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Alright. So I'm down to 11, not 191. Jesus.
You wish.
Yeah.
Got that level 20 barbarian HP. Alright, next is Soray. Soray, let's see here. What can Soray do that is good? Alright, so... Soray sees that Eloy is in trouble here. And, realizes that, he got, like, a shit ton of poison on him. Or in him, rather. So, she is actually going to flick a switch on her wrench hammer. And a gem-like attachment sort of, like, sticks out. And you hear almost kind of like dial-up static as a beam sort of like hits Eloy. She has casted Enhanceability on you, and she has picked Constitution.
Ooh.
So you now have advantage Constitution saving throws.
Oh, that's some good shit. And I'm not sure, but doesn't Enhanceability Constitution also give like bonus? But yeah, 2d6 temporary hit points.
Yes, 2d6 temporary hit points. And I'll go ahead and roll that for him.
Okay.
You get 8 temporary HP, Eloy.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright, and so after she does that, the second creature has its turn, the one that hasn't been hit. And he notices that Soray is wide open for an attack, and so it will attempt to attack her. And a 23 also hits. Which means she also gets lifted up. And she has to dodge this tentacle as well, which means a con save on her part. And this time, she manages to whack the tentacle away. She passed. All right, back to the top of the order. Eloy, it is your turn. You are currently grappled, but you have a con save to get out of it.
Would you have advantage?
Is that a bonus action or an action?
It's at the start of your turn, but yeah, it's a bonus action.
Bonus action? Yeah, then I'm gonna try and break away.
All right, roll your con save with advantage.
It wouldn't be a con to get out of a grapple.
Well, either way, he has to roll his con.
To get out of the paralysis?
Yes.
Okay.
So
You
is
can
it
do
with
both.
advantage or no, not advantage?
With
It is
advantage,
with
because...
advantage, it's just we forgot which thing it was
14.
All right, 14. You pass.
All right. So
All right,
Eloy's
so
going to.
you thankfully whatever Sore just beamed into your body helps you get over your paralysis much faster, and you are now in control of your body again. You can attempt to get out of this grapple.
Oh, so that was just to get in control of my body. Okay,
Yep.
so
So this
to
is
break-
bonus action.
is this still a bonus action or is this my action to break free?
This time it's your action to break free.
So I won't be able to attack, correct?
No.
Grappling. Does it? Can I still attack while grappled?
Just roll a athletics check.
If you choose to attack while grappled, yeah, you can still attack just fine while grappled. I think it's just with disadvantage.
Yeah, pretty much.
As in whether I hit or not.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You could
attempt
just
it
attack.
anyways.
You could just attack recklessly.
Yeah.
You could, yeah.
I
That
could,
gets
but
rid
I
of
think
your
that I'm not sure what the exhaustion point does.
Oh, exhaustion. Okay. You only get exhausted when your rage ends. But if you're in combat the whole time, you never have to.
Yeah, you never have to worry about it when you're in combat.
And this is what, the reckless attack?
Yes. Currently, if you
Well,
were to attack
reckless.
right
oh,
now.
okay. So frenzy's the one that causes an exhaustion point.
Yes.
Yeah, frenzy's
regular
Reckless
rage
attack
doesn't.
means that they get to attack just as strong as on me.
Yes.
Okay, so let me break this down. You're currently grappled because this giant creature has you in its claw. If you were to attack right now, it would be at disadvantage. If you
Yeah.
reckless attack, you negate that and it just becomes a normal attack.
It does, but attack rolls against me have advantage.
Yes.
That's the trade-off.
Yes.
Exactly. So, and he's not anywhere near 0, so I'm gonna be taking well, not that I'll be taking extra damage. It's just he's more likely to hit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
go for it.
So
Go
yeah,
for
he's
it.
gonna recklessly attack.
Alright.
Alright. So this will be a normal attack then.
Oh,
Unfortunately, though, a 10 does not hit.
I did that for nothing. All right.
Aw. Well, at least
All
I
right,
know.
so Traylon, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's.
Both the Knoll and the tinfoil goblin are currently being held up and accosted.
Okay. Well. Aloy's taking the most damage out of everything, so I'm going to make this an agape arrow.
I am not taking that much damage.
But you are still grappled, and I'm hoping this will help negate that.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Alright, I make my heart-shaped arrow, and shout out agape.
Alright, and which one are you trying to hit?
The one that's grappling Aloy.
Alright, well, that barely misses.
Fucking piss and shit.
Alright, Nimbus, it is your turn.
Who?
Second verse, same as the first, pretty much?
Nimbus. is what it
Yes,
said.
Nimbus.
Oh.
God, how am I missing? I have a +8! God!
Feels bad, doesn't it, Greg?
Wow. Wow. Savage, Jesse. Fuck.
All those times.
Alright.
Eldritch Blast and axe hits. I don't
Alright,
want to hear it.
Yeah, but,
so,
don't pick
second
on,
verse,
like-
same as the first, then.
Don't pick on like the DM in our other campaign.
I'm joking, Will.
Alright, so, let's see here. 15, just barely misses. Unfortunately. Let's see here. Yeah, me and Jesse has had that conversation for a while. But, yeah, Crudez, it is your turn.
Will?
Will I am?
Uh-oh.
Attack.
Will! I love you!
Maybe hold his action until he comes back.
I mean, sure, but at the same time, I feel like he'd be missing out.
Well, I mean, we
I
can't
mean-
do anything right now. We don't want to, like, hold it up any longer than we already are.
True, yeah.
I mean,
Because right after him is one of these creatures.
I'm assuming since he's still an ape, he only has a few options.
Yeah.
So either double attack or change into something else.
There he goes.
I would say, there you are, Will. Maybe.
Well, he's testing something. Oh. Oh. We'll play for him, then.
Alright.
Where are the ape stats?
Well, I can just look on the roll history and see what he rolled, because he did a double attack too. Alright, so it's 1d20 plus 5 for both hits, and 1d6 plus 3 for the damage. Alright, so he'll double attack the one trying to ruin Eloy's day with 2 attacks. 22 hits, and a 18 hits. So both of those hits.
Cool. Damage.
Alright, so that is 2d6 plus 6. That is 10 damage. Fortunately, he low-rolled there. Anyway, it is the Chol's turn. That is holding up Eloy. It is just going to try and clench down on, it is gonna clench down on this gnoll that's trying to whack on him while he's holding him. But because Eloy has control of his body, you have the ability to dodge this if possible. And you do, actually. He rolls a 14, that misses. It is then Soray's turn. She was never poisoned in the first place, so she can try and get out this grapple right away. And she does, just barely. So she falls down, and I'll ask Gray and Jesse this since they're the ones with DM experience. If you break out of a grapple, does that take up your action?
The way I've always rolled it, it usually does.
Okay.
If it's they basically to get out of a grapple, you have to use your action to get out, unless you have like an ability that says otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, it's almost
Okay.
like if you're knocked prone, you have to use your action to get back up again, unless someone picks you up for you.
Well, that one
right,
actually,
okay.
you can use half your move to get up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, we'll say she uses, like, her move action so she can still, like, do something. And, she is going to... Let's see here. Playing a spellcaster is fun.
She's not even that much of a spellcaster.
Yeah. Alright, so she is going to... in a 10-foot radius, she is going to, like, a bell comes out of her gauntlet, and then you see something ring it, and it's like this horrible, excruciating sound, but to the rest of you guys, you don't seem to hear anything. And she is going to cast Shatter.
Oh.
So they have to do a con save. Let's see, con save is 17, actually.
probably aims it behind them and it like splinters the wood.
Alright. Well, one rolled a natural 1.
He'll probably get double damage.
The other, just barely doesn't make it.
Cool.
So
Okay.
they will take, let's see here. They will take 3d8 thunder damage. And anything that is made of stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage against this, but they still failed anyway. So they will take 3d8s. Math rocks. Oh, almost max damage. That is 18 thunder damage to both of them.
Nice.
Hello? Hello? Maybe?
You-
Nothing. We had to do your attack for you, but you hit both attacks and almost did max damage again.
Okay.
So, yeah. Sorry about that. Oh.
and we lost Chris that time.
Oh, damn.
The
Okay,
internet.
Okay, there we go.
The
Alright.
internet
Anyway.
is dying.
Alright, so after that, the second Chol that grappled her before is gonna try and attempt to grapple her again with an attack. That misses. So she is fine for the time being.
She swats her away with her wrench.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she like whacks the pincer. Now we go back to the top of the list. Eloy, it is your turn.
Hit it.
You are still grappled, but you can still attack normally if you do a reckless.
Let's do it reckless.
All right.
10 points?
Another 10.
Gee.
Damn.
Good lord.
Our fighters are. We can't
I
do our
am
job.
doing nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm giving him a very angry glare, and that's about as useful as he is right now. All right.
You give him a
done.
very disapproving stare and tell him to think about what he's done.
Yeah, that, you're just kind of squirming and you just kind of.
Quick question:
Yeah?
can I try intimidate with bonus action? no?
Yes.
All right, let's see. I don't know what it'll do, but maybe it'll do something useful.
You can snarl like a rabid animal.
15.
Alright, you snarl like a rabid animal, which especially helps since you are raging. As you do this, you feel it loosen its grip a little bit. You now have advantage the next time you attempt to break free out of its grasp.
Cool.
Traylon, it is your turn.
I'm gonna hit a mother. I may not be able to hit you often, but when I do, it's gonna fucking hurt.
This is
All right,
where I'm
22
holding his
hits.
head.
Which one
If
are you
I could
hitting?
shoot it. Sorry.
I am aiming for the one that's a little distracted with Aloy.
All right, so
10.
that is 10 damage to that.
Shoot it right in its fucking eye.
All right, this is a regular arrow.
I'm all out of arcane arrows.
All right, so that is just straight up 10 damage. Nimbus, it is your turn. Once again, I apologize for, like, in real life circumstances, I guess. I don't know. Also, nice gift, Jesse.
Wait, which one?
The dice breakdancing.
Third verse, same as the first.
Alright,
I-
so... Is this with a divine smite? We'll find out in a second. 22 hits. Alright, so that is... roll your damage then. Alright, 6 piercing damage. Or slashing. Oh yeah, he uses a greatsword, so it's slashing. And then 7 radiant damage to go with it. Okay, well done. This Chol, this creature, this Chol, is pretty much on danger, and due to the lack of strength in it, the grip on it lessens, and Eloy falls down. You are free. Crudez, it is your turn.
One is
Alright.
dead.
Now, hopefully this time, my internet doesn't fucking go out again.
Yeah.
Alright, so does anyone, like, in need of healing, like, badly?
I don't think so, actually.
Let me just think of something.
Allies took quite a beating, but it's up to you.
I don't
Same
even
with-
have half. Less,
Alright.
Yeah.
Or I don't have less than half yet, so.
Yeah.
Well, shit, here we go again, I guess.
Punch, punch. Punch, toe.
Punch, kick.
And that's one.
Alright,
And that
one
rolled
misses,
twice
the
for
other
some
hits.
reason. That rolled twice for some reason, but okay.
Well, you have 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, I know, but it rolled it twice for me instead of posting it once and only doing it once.
Well, either way, 1 hits.
Alright. 1d6 plus 3.
Alright, well done. This one, after that big shot that Nimbus gave with Divine Radiant Energy, this one is just pretty much like punching a cardboard cutout. You give it one last whack on its carapace shell, and it falls back over and into the water of the dock. And as this happens, you see another cloud sort of like form where the table is, where this one guy is hiding behind. And around you guys, in a 20-foot radius that will hit everybody except Soray, I want everyone to roll me a Dex saving throw.
Even me when I'm like out of
Oh
range.
yeah, that's right, yeah. Except Traylon as well. Alright, so Nimbus passes, Eloy fails, and
Efficiency. Next saving throw, so I guess.
yes, Dex saving throw.
So it's an 8, that's actually less for me. From a +4 to a +2. I think that's how that works. Someone please correct me otherwise.
If you're an ape, then yeah, it's whatever your ape stat. And you pass too. So
Wow, okay.
Eloy is the only one that gets caught up in this. So you see a sort of fog, sort of like the area that you all, except for Traylon and Soray, are in, and strange ethereal like tentacles start poking out in this strange black nothingness field that was generated. Everybody, you guys managed to dodge out of it in time, but Eloy gets caught up in it, and he will take 9 cold damage. As you can hear, like, these grotesque sort of, like, slurping sounds happen from the field.
God damn it.
Oh,
You said
of
9
course,
damage?
9 cold damage, yes.
Cool. As my health drops below half, the berry that the
Oh, you're
tutor
using the
gave
tutoring
me
thing.
comes. Of course I am.
Okay,
Might as well use
so-
it since I'm gonna lose it. So when I drop down to 16, I instantly gain 9 health points.
All right, so
Yeah, it's cogitation, motherfuckers.
as you're feeling the cold, for a brief moment you close your eyes because you're not sure if this is like gonna be something really bad and you might like fall from this. And for a brief moment, your mind sort of like remembers the calm from when you were talking with Ayara just the other day. And you remember how mundane it was. But then in your mind, in your mind's eye, you sort of like blink. And in place of Ayara is your shaman. And then you blink again, and then you see an image of, say, Crudez. And then you blink again, and it's back to Ayara. And you sort of like hear a bit of an amalgamation of all three of their voices, basically saying, "We are the ones that will protect you." And you're not sure why, but hearing such somewhat positive reinforcement actually gives you some sort of strength. And it makes you grit your teeth and endure the cold. Your temp HP blocks the damage.
Nice.
Sore's turn is next. One is down, which means she can focus on the other one. And she is noticing that you were pretty much getting hurt, and she's gonna give even more support to that, as the same sort of like gem attachment beams out and fires another sort of supportive beam at you. But this time, she's casting False Life at 2nd level.
Huh.
And she is going to grant you... Let's see here. She's going to grant you... 6 plus 5... 11 more temp HP.
Nice.
So you might as well just heal 11 at this point.
Pretty much, yeah. It is that monster's turn, this Chol. And it is going to attempt to grab Nimbus this time. But, because thankfully it's the only one left, Nimbus actually has the opportunity to do some attacks of opportunity. So you may get an attack of opportunity in.
Alright.
Yeah, fuck him up.
22 hits. Go ahead and, oh no, Eloy does the attack of opportunity.
Shit.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, Eloy, you roll this attack.
What? Wait, what's happening?
You get an attack of opportunity on the Chol because he's trying to grab Nimbus this time. And you're not being accosted,
Alright,
so you have a chance to hit it.
25.
Alright, 25 hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Alright, 9 damage. Well done.
11.
Alright. Oh, 11. Yes. Okay.
By the way, has it been a minute?
No. It's been
Yeah,
about
okay.
18 seconds.
Well then.
Because it's been about 3 rounds.
Yeah, he kept getting hit, so yeah, he's still in rage.
Alright, so he does a... Let's see here. Did you cast Shield at Faith at all, or is that, like, still going?
I think Nim did, but I
No?
forget when it
Okay.
was.
In that case, does a... Let's see here. Does a... 22 hit. I'm pretty sure a 22 would hit.
I was gonna say I would venture a guess that pretty much 20 anything to any of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all still low level.
Pretty much. I still have to ask just in case. So anyway, in that case, you take 14 bludgeoning damage. You were grappled, and now it's your turn to take a con save. Sorry, that's what the stats said for these creatures.
No, he's laughing. He's laughing at what I blinked.
Oh, you're responding to that. Of course you would link that. But yeah, go ahead and roll a con save for me.
Sorry, I've distracted you. Please roll a con save.
Alright. 8.
Oof.
Unfortunately, the whatever shoots up your system is potent enough. You are paralyzed. Starting from the top, Eloy, it is your turn.
Am I still being grappled?
No. The one
Oh,
that's
no.
grappling you is dead. That's why you're able to do an attack of opportunity.
Oh, so I'm going to go towards the one that's still alive. Oh wait.
Mhm.
Oh wait. The other guy can't be, the old guy can't be reached, right?
No, not
No.
right now.
Is there a reason why he can't be reached?
This thing is still blocking the door.
And the drawbridge is partially broken.
Okay.
So these things are guarding the entrance pretty much. You have to
I thought he moved to go
So you can go on the
after Nimbus.
It's hard to see the map, see how we can maneuver without a map.
Yeah.
I think suffice to say, due to our RPG logic, we cannot progress until we take care of this fight.
Pretty much.
All right.
Either way, you're able to attack this thing no problem.
It was a
You don't have to
23.
do like a disadvantage or anything like that. Well, wrong chat, but a 23 does hit.
Whoops.
That's fine.
It's alright.
It still
continue.
hits.
Do that real quick. I put it in the right chat. 7.
All right,
But,
7 damage.
If I'm still rampaging,
Yeah, it'd be 9.
Yep.
Then. Raging.
Mm.
Rage.
All right, Traylon, it is your turn.
Okay, for the love of God, I'm better than this. I know I can hit this fucking thing.
All right,
17.
17 hits.
Jesus.
Hell yeah, do it.
I have. I
Get
don't
your
think I've-
mojo back.
I don't think I've rolled higher than a freaking 10 all session. Thank God I have a +8 to this attack.
Well, it had to happen at some point.
Max
All right,
damage.
12 damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go
Well done.
for it.
All right, Trellin's finally figured out. Don't aim for the shell. Aim for the eye stalks.
Aim for the places that can hurt him.
Aim for the fleshy bits.
All right. It is Nimbus's turn. You are currently paralyzed, so go ahead and roll your con save first. The natural one, unfortunately, does not get you out. And that is a skipped turn, unfortunately.
So is he paralyzed and grappled? Or...
Yes. All right, Crudez, it is your turn.
Alright, I've got a bunch of different ways that I can take this turn right now, but, just to keep that kind of in the back of my head here, those tentacles from earlier, are they still, like, around as, like, a persistent thing we have
Yes,
to
the
deal with,
field is
or-
still there. But because you dodged out... Oh yeah, that reminds me. Eloy, if you started your turn in that field, make another dex save.
Don't think he did.
Yeah.
He moved.
Well, yeah, but he started his turn there.
what's happening?
The field that you guys were in. The strange, like, tentacle field. You started your turn in it, so do a dex save for me.
6.
Alright, so... Yeah, you still get clipped by this. Take an acid damage, because for some reason the spell
How much?
does 8.
Thank you.
Alright. Because for some reason, it's cold damage initially, and then it's acid damage afterwards. But anyway, yeah. But you're out of it now, Eloy. So anyway, continue, Krudas.
Okay, so Ella, how you doing on health over there?
I'm still fine.
Yeah.
Okay, if you say so.
You
I'm
got
not
a
even less
giant
than
boost
half.
of temp HP from Sore as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that acid damage just kind of ate through a chunk of it. So.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about
but
it.
I'm not even less than half.
Yeah, he's fine.
Barbarians, baby.
Regardless, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over to this next motherfucker over here and roll athletics to try and like get him off Nimbus.
So you're gonna do an athletics to get Nimbus.
Okay. Well, at least I think that would be what I would roll, isn't it?
I will say for this, yeah. That sounds about right.
Okay, +5. Come on.
23. Alright, so you leap up Hulk style and like hold on to the claw that's holding up Nimbus. And then you sort of like hike up your feet so that you can put your feet on the other side of the claw and then like stretch yourself to full mass so you can pry the claw open. And this ends up, sure enough, making Nimbus fall out of it. You have freed Nimbus.
Yeah.
He is still paralyzed, but he is no longer grappled.
Well, that's a step in the right direction at least.
Yes. I will say though, that was your action.
Nah, that's fine.
Alright, and so in that case, it is Sore's turn again. Let's see here. She attempts to like bring out the gem enchantment in her gauntlet again, but then there's like a little bit of a spark that comes out, and she thinks to herself, "Oh crap, it's out of power." And so instead, she devotes more time into offense as she fires another barrage of magic missiles.
Yeah, girl, do it.
So that's 3d4 plus 3 again. She does 8 damage. It is the Chol's turn, and he is going to grab the ape that attempted to grab him.
Oh God.
He's going to give you the pinch.
Pinch. I don't like the pinch. I like the snap.
And he misses.
Yeah. Tonk.
As this happens, the guy behind the table realizes that, shit's not going so well, and so he's gonna use more magic to protect himself. This is going to specifically target, I'm gonna say Sore and Traylon. Both of you will make a wisdom saving throw. Sore passes. And for Traylon... Gray?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Is this a magical effect?
Yes.
Then I have advantage,
Alright.
which I will need. Thank God for
It's a
advantage.
natural 1, but you have advantage.
10.
Alright. So-
Better.
Alright, so, I also realized Sore has negative wisdom, so now she barely fails. You feel, you see another cloud hover table, and this time, without any warning, both of you feel sort of like a, your muscles tense up. But this time, this isn't like some weird, squid poison. This is straight up magic, as he has casted Hold Person on both of you. You are both, paralyzed.
Piss.
Alright, Eloy, it is your turn.
Alright, well. Time to attack.
All right, go ahead and roll the hit. Oof.
Oops.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, I see what happened.
8
And that's a no.
will miss. Would you like to frenzy and turn that to advantage?
Reckless
Or
attack.
reckless
not
attack,
friendly.
yeah.
Sure.
All right, go ahead and re-roll
Okay.
again. That time, it will hit. Because it is getting weaker. Ooh, almost max
There you go.
damage, but that is
18.
still an 18.
Yep.
Oof.
Look, that's my first roll where I actually hit double digits. I almost rolled a full.
Yeah, you were 1 damage, yeah. That is a big meaty chunk. So that'll definitely do a number on it, and it's getting there. It's getting pretty beat up. Traylon, you are currently paralyzed from hold person. Go ahead and re-roll your wisdom saving throw.
With advantage.
You do not successfully do this.
Advantage.
With advantage, yeah. Still no.
All right.
Alright.
I'm gonna use my training, get +2 on that check from Anvil
Okay.
Basher. So +2 to that 13.
Yeah, you remember having a very long talk with Gondor, just about, machinery in general, and it kind of hits you a little bit that, in the same way that, he made these automatons that make the various sundries for the academy, because you saw them, make all the blankets and pillows for all the bedrooms. In a way, you kind of dawns on you for a second, the human body kind of, or just the body, has its own set of, joints and inner workings. And so you start piecing together, it's like, if, what parts of my body could be free enough? And so, sure enough, you start trying to wiggle your toes. And the fact that you're able to wiggle your toes sort of reminds your body that this is magic. This is not actually anything affecting your body. And sure enough, the strength comes back in your foot, and then up to your knee. And what is a slow process of paper gradually speeds up past the knee, and you were just able to get your body back in moving shape. You have freed yourself from paralysis.
Nice. But that was my action, wasn't it?
That was just the regular save.
Oh, in that case.
Shoot this motherfucker.
So anyway, I pulled out my gun and started blasting.
Yeah.
All right. That will also hit because it's getting really, really weak at this point.
Thank God. I keep rolling 3s.
Yeah, the move cannot come fast enough.
All right, 9 damage. It is just barely hanging on. So, Nimbus, here's your chance. Baby please. I agree.
Yeah.
No!
Natural
Ah.
1. Unfortunately, you go wide right, and unfortunately, you almost end up falling in the water below. But thankfully, you managed to shimmy yourself, and you were just hanging over the edge of the dock. But you have not fallen.
Micro wiggle.
You can easily get up, but it will take a turn.
God damn it.
Crudez, it is your turn.
Alright, so a couple things. Saray's turn is coming up, not right away, but relatively soon-ish, right?
She will come right after you. So
Alright,
yes.
And second thing, this thing that we're fighting and the guy up hiding underneath the table right now,
Yeah.
if they were on like the same level, if they were on the same level together, would they be within a 5-foot radius?
No.
God damn it! My next question was gonna be if this guy was 40 feet up.
Relatively speaking, yes.
Yeah, but that doesn't help me because I can't
Yeah.
get both of them.
Bro, regardless, you got this one shoal on Death's Door.
Do I go for the attack or do I go help people that might be able to do it better? You know what? I'm actually going to. Actually, how far away is Futurae from the thing that we're fighting here? Because
You're about like 10 or 15 feet in front of her, so you can dip back.
Because, like, what I want to do is, like, I want to move up to her, but I feel like if I do, I'm gonna provoke some kind of.
You're not.
Okay, well,
I'll just say you're not.
I just realized the folly in my reasoning anyway, so whatever. I'm just gonna go over to her, drop my wild shape, and cast lesser restoration on her.
Alright, so she watches as you morph back into a goblin, and then you take her hand, and there's a faint glow, sort of like shimmers from her armor, and she feels like she can move again. Ooh. You have cured her paralysis.
Yeah.
Or the whole person, at least.
Alright,
Which
girl, we
means
gotta get
she
up.
has the opportunity now to land the killing blow.
Yeah. Yeah, girl,
So,
kick its ass.
one more magic missile. And
Yeah, do it.
she barely does it.
Ooh.
She needed 9, and she rolled 9 on the dot. So, she sort of like silently nods her head at you as a sign of thanks. But then just as quickly as she does it, she once again fires one more time for her gauntlet, a stream of magic missiles. And sure enough, they aim straight for his eyes, and both eyes fucking explode! And it just limps down. And then, as that part ends, she immediately sort of steels herself and rushes towards the drawbridge. And as she's doing this, she's like fiddling with buttons on her gauntlet, and the gauntlet fires another beam at the drawbridge, and it's almost kind of like she's 3D printing replacement padding for the drawbridge that got broken as she casts Mending.
I love it.
And she's running up there, ready to fight this guy. And as this happens, I'm just gonna say for purposes, all of you rush up with him, or with her, and the guy peeks his head out of the table, is like, is it over? Oh no, it's not over! And he attempts to make a break for it, and you see him, like, jump up in the air, and there's, like, dust that comes out of him, but then nothing. He just falls flat on the ground. And he realizes he is out of spell slots.
Womp womp.
Warlock.
And he turns his head to the rest of the party and is like, "Ah!" And he just backs up to the edge of the ship. It's like, no, please.
Alright, you little shite. You're gonna explain exactly what the fuck you've been doing here.
And that's where we're gonna leave it off.
Oh, cliffhanger. How could you?
It's
But
not-
no, I understand. It's getting very late. I get it, but still, cliffhanger, no.
In the next one, he has like 2 minutes to explain himself so good before Aloy just attacks him.
Well, hey, 2 minutes is generous, so...
2 minutes is very generous.
Yeah, he is a kind and merciful god.
But on the bright side, if Eloy does attack, he won't bite him to shreds, but he will stab him.
Just
True.
three members of the party just looking at this man cracking various parts of their body.
In fact, I have a video for what he's doing right now. One sec. This is pretty much him right now.
He's screaming. Fucking damn it.
I heard it from Grace.
God.
All right.
Oh my god.
You have successfully beaten whoever the hell this guy is.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna have our answers. One way or another. Whether this guy has his balls intact, who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed Not Sastasha.
Eh,
That was entirely Jesse's idea at the last minute.
I had fun.
We wanted you to go to a cave, but then Jesse at the last minute is like, oh my god, we need to have them run Sastasha.
So for Gray and Tush, it's like the first dungeon in Final Fantasy 14, which is like another sea cave that has Sahagin in it, and jellyfish that can paralyze you.
That sounds horrible.
It's the first
It is.
dungeon though; it's not that bad.
We just made it seem worse than what it actually was.
Yeah.
Paralyze in Final Fantasy 14 is very different from stun. You don't get to have your turn.
Yeah.
Whereas Paralyze in 14 is like, oh, I'm in the middle of casting. Oh shit. I'm in the
Pretty
middle of casting.
much.
Oh shit.
I forgot that Nimbus didn't re-roll his save for paralysis. So now that I think about it, I'll just say like Nimbus was gonna attack and then was like, then the paralysis hits and it makes him trip over.
Oh no.
Alright, well, guys, I'm gonna stop recording, so.
All right.
All right, later guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks
Bye,
for
you.
watching.